There we go.
Yes, and now my browser wasn't opening, so what do I do? I have to download the Roll20 app. Yay!
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I
Oh
just
my
cried.
gosh.
I love sharing Wi-Fi.
Oh. If I could, I would send you some of mine. Just to help
I was trying to
out.
use my hotspot, but allegedly it's over. It's no longer until later.
Let's see. Oh my god, scrolling up in this chat and it's fucking... What is happening? Wait, when did I miss the high heels with Luigi and Wario?
No! This was like after last session.
Oh, when you guys were
Why
probably still
did we
talking.
talk about that?
And I don't know the character who was the first
Al
one.
brought it up.
I can't remember why we were talking about that.
I feel like I missed a tick.
I'm just gonna... I know you're probably... hopefully driving safe. But... ETA? Let's see. Oh, Pastel, you were on my mind the other day. Do you have any tournaments coming up for DBD?
No, not at the moment.
Is there like a tournament season, or do they kind of just pop up randomly?
They kind of pop up randomly, but they do tend to go with like certain months. Like Pride Month, there were a bunch. The last one we did was Plays for Pride, beginning of June. And then I don't know when the next one. There usually are more in the summer because people are more free, but we just haven't seen any to apply to lately.
Gotcha.
Plus, I feel like there's been a lot of
Controversy?
not really controversy, more so like criticism placed on people that run tourneys, because a lot of them try to do it without thinking through everything.
That's so
like the last
valid.
one we were in, there was some upsetting things happen. It wasn't as bad. Every time we do a tournament, something bad happens. This time it was not as bad as other times. Like there was one tournament we did where somebody just like outright like tunneled, broke the rules, and like talked shit about all the teams and was like really negative, and they ended up being banned for it. This time it was more a question of rules, you know, and feeling like we were treated unfairly under the rules, stuff like that. But, you know, when you're dealing with a lot of people and playing a competitive game, like it happens.
Yeah. It doesn't help that this community is not the greatest.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it's tough.
True, it could be worse.
We were talking about putting on our own tournament, but instead of doing a tournament, calling it a showcase. So it would be less about competing with each other and more about showing off your Survivor team and how well you can work together.
I think that's good.
And I think that'd be a
Alex
good
was
vibe. And
telling me about
having like a set pool of killers where you don't, instead of you being like, oh, I'm going against X team's killer, it's like, I'm going against the set killer, and then our scores are compared against each other for a winner, but we're not in direct competition. You know,
I like that. It's like a time trial. Like when
Yeah.
in terms of like
Yeah.
racing, it's like you're not racing each other, you're racing time. But it's like this is how we're
yeah, you're
most
racing
effective.
yourself.
Yeah. And then whoever yeah. I like that a lot. That kind of there was a time when so at the FBI for diversity inclusion, like food always brings people out to events like time and time again. And people were very competitive when it came to like chili cook-off to see like who's the best like chili. But one year I think it was like a spring cooking showcase, and I didn't want there to be like first, second, third. Instead, people voted on like best new taste, best new discovery, best presentation.
Ooh. So kind of like an
Yeah.
So that
accolades type
was-
thing.
Yeah, so it's because I didn't like the last thing I wanted to go, like people walking away and be like, Mexico was number one. But like, oh, I stepped outside my comfort zone and I tried like an empanada, you know, and that was like my best new discovery or something. So I like,
yeah, like changing the criteria of what considered success, you know,
yes, correct.
and
exactly.
rewarding doing your personal best. I think is really good in situations like that.
And it, to use your words, it showcases the community rather than uplifting a specific group above the entire community.
Yeah, and it feels good to not feel like you're, you know, being compared against everybody, and you're being compared against a standard instead. Sometimes.
Agreed. I'm curious. So with HEMA, the sword thing that I do, a very common narrative when it comes to tournaments is people always have their opinions of the judges and the different rule sets, etc. And it's usually like the hardest thing with HEMA is getting people to run tournaments because it's an entire undertaking, but everyone always has an opinion on how, like, it's never wholly perfect. Do you find that is potentially a similar theme within the DBD community as far as people who run tournaments? Like, it's always hard to get people to run them because everyone
it
always
can
has an
be,
opinion.
yeah. And there's also the fact that, like, if you're trying to run a tournament and you're not popular enough, people just won't sign up. So you have to have, I feel like you have to have a certain amount
have to
of
have a
clout
name.
in the community to be able to do it.
Got it.
And
Mhm.
then it's because you're the name on there, it's all on you. So if it goes bad, it's on you.
Interesting.
But I don't know, like, I've had, my issues usually are not with that. My issues are usually like, wow, you're spectating really poorly. Like, we had one game where, or one tournament where I think it was like a plays tournament where it was like every blind and head on and everything counted for points. And they were moving away from the killer and like spectating people doing gens and stuff. And I'm like, this is not where the plays are happening.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss something, you know? And I don't know. It's there are a lot of ways to mess up, but there's also the problem of, like, the last tournament we did, they asked for a lot of input from the community on the rules and stuff like that. And because certain things weren't asked and never came up, some rules weren't clarified because they kind of depended on the community to bring up the issues that would create the rules. So, like, the point of it was you don't get any points for escaping. But
Why?
if you... They didn't even establish until round 2. Well, because it was a plays tournament. They wanted it to be all about the plays. But they didn't
gotcha.
establish until, like, round 2 that you're not allowed to escape.
Oh.
And we had one match where it was like the last person had only been hooked like once, and the hatch spawned right next to him, so they just escaped the hatch because that made sense. And they were like, "Oh, you weren't allowed to do that." What? So I was just supposed to go run up to the killer and die? Like, it's the same ending, just mark the points. And they just, I don't know. And I looked back in the Discord to see if I was crazy, and the word hatch had never been mentioned in the Discord. Like, I searched the Discord, it just, the subject never came up because they kind of turned it around and relied on the community to come up with the rules rather than setting out the rules themselves.
Yeah.
It is I.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello! It is pouring outside. So I'm like
Or pissing, as one might say.
pissing, yes.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yay!
Yeah. Let me, okay. I'll be on the wish.
Here, let's do it. Let's do it. I think we need to clear the board first.
I know. I
I
keep
can't
watching.
erase.
No, you're fine. I like the cheese.
I was trying to erase.
Scribble,
so, like,
scribble, scribble.
I fucked up. Look,
I
once I,
did not
remembered
even
that I
notice
can
that.
use my Apple Pencil, I was like, oh my gosh, I get a draw while we wait.
Gotta
And then I just
grab
realized I couldn't erase shit.
this. Oh, that's not jockey. What am I doing?
I had to go over to like the point tool thingy and like hit delete.
Uh,
I just need to add Etika for
uh,
a
is it
source of
possible
my
if you can
OBS
do
real
that for me?
quick. La da da da. I love all the different sizes of you guys. It's so amazing.
I feel out of place. I am still a tiefling. He who funny tiefling. I know.
You're different.
Discord reactive.
Yeah.
Well, then change your Discord reactive.
I don't have the source file, babe.
Oh,
I threw it in your DM, so it sounds like you should. And you
I
should go to
thought I
change
was
it in
being
the active
called
itself.
babe, and I was about to pop off.
I thought so
okay.
too. I was like, oh.
I was
Okay.
like,
I might have died, and I recognize that. So
nothing might have. You would have.
Get it
I
already.
swear, you guys act like I'm so mean.
you're not.
How could you?
You're
possibly?
not. It's
She
just funny to make
says
it
with a
seem that way.
menacing smile. And a teehee. I hear that teehee.
It's true. It's true.
Teehee.
Alright, let's see.
Kyle just slowly removing his cheese.
Oh, that was Kyle?
Oh, my keys. No, it was mine.
Screaming.
Oh, that was
Oh,
me.
it was? It was orange, so
gonna
I thought it
say.
was Kyle.
No, I just
I was
changed
like,
the color
oh.
because like I didn't want to use black because the background was like slightly less like.
Oh.
That was me that removed things, by the way.
I was
No,
about-
grab it.
Not the teehee.
All right.
Um,
Any housekeeping things before we begin? Anyone wants to bring to the table?
I think we're good. We did a lot of like debriefing before we started.
Okay. Yeah, Etika, just so you're aware, I said it before, but I'm fighting an ear infection, so I have my headset kind of half off right now, so I have you guys fully turned up, but if I ask you to repeat a lot, that's probably why.
No worries.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna turn down this.
To a quick recovery.
Well, if you guys debriefed a little bit, who wants to give me a recap of last session?
Things.
Things?
Was the big show last session?
That was
Yes,
that was
that
last
was
session. During the 4th hour, Zelina summoned her blink dog and gave oh my god, I'm gonna mispronounce this every time. Kaida,
Madam Gaida.
Madam Kaida, and gave her back her turban. We went to the big topic extravaganza. Victor, Von, and Etika performed, as well as I almost said Balder. Halder. And then we
And
moved on
Zelina
to...
was a good stage mom, and she
Yes,
helped them all.
she was. She was amazing.
Mom.
You're not wrong.
And then during Etika's performance, I forget if it was Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, but he kind of like went almost like toe to toe with him and made like a big scene.
Mr. Light.
That's who it was. Period. And then during the 5th hour, we did fortune telling at Kaida's corner, and a lot of the fortune, or not the fortunes, but like the readings, really lined up with what like the characters either needed to hear or like perspectives and everything like that. And then Halder had his squirrel moment, and Etika befriended the squirrel, named it Twitch. And then the Bugbear Burley took us to meet Mr. and Mitch. I almost said Mr. and Mitch's.
Mr. and Mr.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. I don't think I missed anything.
Oh, and we did enough good things to get the
Yeah.
Carnival mood all the way maxed out.
You did. So,
Celebration.
yes. we ended with your group that has yet to be named getting escorted through the carnival back to the big top, and then behind it by a bugbear wearing dungarees, fairy wings, and a helmet made from a jack-o'-lantern by the name of Burley. He's kind of he's muscle, but he's also like, he looks big and rough, but he's totally a sweetheart, by the way. But he can get shit done if anyone is, if they say something out of pocket, as the kids say nowadays.
That's cap.
Oh dear. So he escorted your group to the staff area, which is located behind the big high top there, and the staff area is completely surrounded by a wall of thorns, which all the other staff, including Zelina and Halder, would have, the basically, I would say, like the secret hand wave or whatever to make the thorns go away. He led you guys into the circle of wagons and leading you up to a particular ostentatious wagon. And leaning against the outside of it is a aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs a bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear, ignoring the clown, opens the wagon door and ushers you guys all inside. Zelina and Halder, you guys would recognize the clown as a clown named Thaco. CO, and this is what he looks like.
Oh,
That is a beautiful name, and I love his colors.
I love the little hip hop.
You guys would know that he is the most senior serving Witchlight hand. You don't really know his history. Scarcely no one ever really asks. He really rarely speaks. He kind of has like a mime like quality about him. But he does particularly have a malicious streak that is usually kept in check by Mr. Witch. He's retired from performing, so he pretty much just hangs out in the back. He no longer and the act that he was specifically known for was a knife throwing act. So you guys would know he is particularly skilled in the knife area. Knife throwing using knives.
Gotta be keeping my eye on that one.
Yes. So that is knowledge that Halder and Zelina would know. So he's kind of keeping watch outside of the wagon as you guys kind of get led up the stairs inside the wagon, and it is closed.
More muscle.
Exactly.
Got a lot of muscle around here.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it safe.
Inside the wagon, you guys see and already recognize Mr. Light, and he's grinning from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow, and he says, "Please come in. It's a delight to meet you all. I'm Mr. Light, as you all had seen from the previous show about an hour or so ago, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch." He gestures to a stocky elf lounging on a bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat. There's plenty of...
I'll point my cane at him and pretty much just give a nod as well.
Wonderful. There's plenty of seating. There's some other bunks. It's, it's not a massive wagon, but it's not like small enough that you guys feel like you're in a coffin. Particularly of note, before you guys either stand or sit, you do notice that Mr. Light is gesturing towards you with that same scepter that you saw him using during the show. It looks kind of like a weather vane, but is the top of the rod is paired with like a pair of butterfly wings, and it looks like it's potentially made of glass or something. It definitely sparkles and is definitely kind of almost vibrating with like electricity of even some of the lights that you guys saw as you walked through the carnival. And Mr. Witch, who is sitting against the bunk, puts his top hat back on his head, and he seemingly kind of out of his pocket takes out this stopwatch looking thing, or this not stopwatch, pocket watch, excuse me. He clicks it open, kind of takes a look at it, clicks it, clasps it back, and shoves it back in his pocket. They share kind of a knowing glance with each other before looking to the rest of your party. Please, get comfortable. We just, we don't want to take up too much of your time as you are patrons of this here carnival, but, we wanted to extend an audience as you very much, all of you, have caught our respective eye.
Vaughn kind of does this, like, as you should, kind of, like, body language. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like tilting your head towards, like, the shoulder and, like, yeah, as you should, before leaning against, like, a nearby wall and crossing his arms in front of him.
Mr. Witch kind of nods in your direction, acknowledging you.
Vaughn just nods back.
Mr. Witch kind of looks towards Zelina and Halder. My apologies that it took so long, but you two have been very much a staple of our little humble carnival. But nonetheless, better late than never. You're Zelina, yes?
She like nods and kind of readjusts her veil to be more over her face, like. Mm-hmm.
And you, my good man, what was it, Halder?
Halder kind of gives just like a tough guy nod and kind of just stands there, arms crossed.
Selena's gonna like
Go ahead.
Nudge Halder to tell him to sit down. She wants to sit down, but she doesn't want to sit down alone.
Halder
Will he sit?
said, yeah.
Okay, Zelina's gonna like perch on the little arm of whatever kind of chair there is there, so she can sit next to him, but like not be in the seat.
Cute.
She's totally weirded out. She's never actually had an audience with the owners before, so she's like, she's just kind of watching what's going on, but she knows that Halder will protect her, so she just wants to stay next to him.
That's so cute.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light just kind of watch the exchange as you guys get settled and looks to the rest of the group. And some of you, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting nor watching your performance. What are your names?
But once or twice we met. Etika. A pleasure to meet you in person, Mr. Witch.
His eyes kind of narrow and he nods. Well,
Vaughn Hemlock, at your service. And he does like that like little like nod and like hand like gesture. I'm trying to think of, I can't remember what it's called. But like he does like this little flare with his arms and like a mock bow.
You all are definitely performers. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Frank. I guess Victor would be like very nervously tapping his foot on the ground, just like quietly, like, the name is Victor Mossgrove. Pleasure to meet you.
Victor is with me.
Interesting. And prior to this, did you all know each other, save you two? Or did our lovely little events here bring you lovelies together?
I'll turn to the rest.
I definitely didn't know any of these people.
No, of course not. Our shenanigans earlier with the snow race were entirely your own doing.
Lena's gonna
Well, I
like
meant before the
do
carnival.
a side eye at them, like shut the fuck up, don't talk about that. And then turn to the boss man and say, the carnival is a wonderful place to meet people. These patrons have been so lovely. We had some great readings at the tent. You should come down for a reading sometime. I think you'd enjoy it.
Mr. Light looks towards your general direction, and he kind of tilts his head and smiles, but his eyes are not smiling, and you see his scepter kind of dim just ever so slightly. Yes, that does sound interesting. It's been a while since I've had anyone read me my fortune. Last time I think was when... What was it? Which... Oh, that's right. Before Mr. Witch could even respond. When Kaida, I think, was getting hired, we had her do a little performance just to make sure she could check out. She's scarily accurate, that one.
Madam Kate is very talented. You are very smart to hire her.
Yes, we were indeed. Well, we wanted to bring you all here. We did notice that certain events that all of you partook in seemed to uplift the overall mood to the point where my handy dandy lovely scepter here has just been buzzing all evening. And, well, it is all you're doing. We just wanted to extend a personal thank you for that. I will say, though, as you could kind of tell from the performance just now, the actions you choose to partake in do directly have an effect on this lovely carnival. So while we are buzzing at our peak right now, we just wanted to make sure to check in and say our thank yous, but also encourage you to keep it at its peak. We don't want to go dipping down below into the darkness. Now, do we, Etika?
I wouldn't dream of it, sir.
Well.
Wild.
That being said, perhaps there are other matters we should discuss. How fares the Feywilds? Or the Shadowfell, I suppose, in your case.
You ask very pointed questions here. Almost like we know each other. Have we met prior to tonight?
Perhaps not. I wouldn't be a face you would recognize. And he'll see all of the scales across my face suddenly just flick and return back to where they were.
Vaughn rolls his eyes.
Mr. Witch kind of leans
I
forward.
Etika furrows his brow, and kind of narrows his eyes. Something that says, you know what I'm really asking. Something's wrong. Something's off.
Mr. Witch's attention is solely on Etika right now. And the lights do seem...
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Remind me how to do this. I just hit perception, right?
Do you want to do perception or do you want to do insight? What are you trying to discern?
Let's do insight.
You're trying to read body language?
I want to, yeah.
Okay.
So, that would be insight, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems that both of them are just honestly trying to read Etika. They're very much guarded. They don't know this person, and yet this person is saying very key things that seem to be stuff that isn't usually talked about in the open. It's like naming the elephant in the room without any sort of like, I would guess, like, for lack of a better term, foreplay. It's just getting to the point, you know. So
Gotcha.
they're trying to. If you've seen folks who like to dabble in courts, where it's basically a game of chess, that's what's kind of going on right now. You can see a lot of
Poking each other.
calculations, yes,
Okay.
in a very polite way.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
Etika's, in a sense, effectively trying to figure out what they know without them saying. Which will lead them to saying, it's just something is missing from this whole ordeal. Am I correct? Wouldn't you say the same, Mr. Witch, Mr. Light?
Mr. Witch just kind of chuckles.
Wouldn't you say the same, my friends? Something's missing. And he'll kind of just flare jazz hands with his hands and turn to the rest of you.
Why don't you just say what you mean? You seem to know some information that you clearly want to share, and you clearly think that we might have it. So just say it.
The bond just kind of looks like back and forth, like, what the fuck?
Cut through the veil. Lay it on the table. You clearly have business
We'll
here.
take a deep breath in. I do. I do not mean to wish away with your carnival, nor do I wish to take from it. It is beautiful. A wonderful time. But it's hiding a key issue underneath. My lady has gone missing. You know the one.
There are lots of ladies out here. Are you to insinuate the main proprietor of the carnival is missing?
No. But perhaps. I do not know much of my lady's foredoings. I only know that she is missing and that the Feywild is in danger. And that I saw a particularly harrowing vision from one of your carnival stands, I suppose we'll put it. And I'll kind of give a nasty glance in the direction of the minecart ride.
You saw something, did you? Something unnerving, perhaps fearful.
My own vision, of course. Or at least I assume. In retrospect, it may have been an illusion, but nonetheless, it does show a fear of what may be happening right now. But I would not know that. But you might.
Interesting.
What's wrong, Mr. Witch?
Before I answer that question, I kind of want to know more about your party here before we get into deeper specifics.
My manners escaped me, of course.
So I know why you're here. You're searching for, apparently, your lady. And not a good time. Most people who come to a carnival are just looking to forget their normal life. Holders, Lena, you work for us, and let's just say this is more of a performance review. You'll definitely be getting a raise after this, and I will be speaking to Kaida, and I'll be speaking to your other supervisor forthwith. But, the rest of you. Are you also here looking for a lady?
Absolutely not.
I didn't realize you swung that way, Vaughn.
I swing many ways, thank you very much.
Good on you, lad. Good on you.
What are we talking about a swing for?
You'll find out when you're older.
I guess I'll just take your silence as you are just coming to the carnival for a good time. That's lovely. Honestly, kind of rare. It seems nowadays people come through our, for lack of a better word, doors, looking for something, rather than just being present and in the moment. Thank you for being present and in the moment. He kind of looks at Vaughn, slowly looks at the rest of you, pausing to give a chance for you guys to respond.
I'm gonna be real honest. My mind just went blank.
It's there.
Can you repeat what just happened?
He's essentially asking what brings you to the carnival.
Oh,
Introduce yourself at the very least.
You already
we've
introduced
already
your
done
names.
the introductions.
Yes, so he's asking you what brought, like, are you here just for the fun? Is there another reason why you're here? He's very intrigued as to the presence of everyone. It's an interesting cast of characters that your group has kind of found yourselves within. So he is also poking at the strings that are currently being connected between you all.
Vaughn just kind of shrugs and goes, I'm just here for the ride.
I have just only heard great things that I see for myself. No judgment, of course. Clowns, on the other hand.
You hear a grunt from outside.
Use your inside voice, Victor. We are in public. And I'll kind of chuckle afterwards.
Well,
You say that as if you weren't just, how's the word, impersonating the owners.
Oh, yes. I suppose I did do that.
yes, you did. You know, I'll take that as flattery. Best form of compliment, all that jazz. I am
They
quite the
get it,
inspiration.
And Etiquette will turn to the rest of you. They get it.
But,
Vaughn just rolls his eyes again.
Zelina, Haldir, it's not very often that you find yourselves within our lovely presence. Do you have any questions for us while we're here? Mr. Light shifts the scepter to his other arm.
What would we want to ask?
How's your day going? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I think that Selena's state is... Well, Selena and Halder are both supposed to be in a state where they're ready to leave the carnival, right?
Sure.
That's like our plot at the beginning, was that we've been working here, but we're about ready to move on. So I think Selena would say, it's very kind of you to let us know we're doing well in our jobs. However, I do not speak for Halder. However, I'm starting to think that it may be my time to move on from the carnival soon. Is there anything I need to do to divest myself of here? Or, of course, I just... being with these people and experiencing things from more of a patron side, it makes me realize I'm missing out on a lot being cooped up here in the carnival, and we're back in a realm where it's closer to the place I come from, so I'm considering possibly leaving at some point.
Mr. Witch kind of leans back, takes a beat, and goes, well, I mean, if you're fixing to leave, now is as better time as any, as we are on the prime material plane. Depends on where you want to go. It depends on the contract you have with Madame Kaida. She's the one who ultimately has her contract with us and outsourced you working for the carnival. So if you both are all set there and you want to part ways, that is your prerogative. I do know that fortune telling is one of the most popular events here, but we'll be sad to see you go, and maybe we could point you in the direction of some taverns or some such, if that's what would please you most. Otherwise, I would say, is there anything we can do to, I don't know, make you want to stay?
It's not a lack of wanting to stay. It is. I feel that I'm coming to a point in my life where I will need to leave. And I fear that I cannot tell you more than that. It simply comes down to family ties and such. Actually, speaking of family ties, there is something you might be able to help me with. I actually, quite a while ago, I visited this carnival as a child. And when I was here, I lost something. And I don't know if you'd be able to help me try to track it down. I've kind of been looking for it the whole time I've been working here, if I'm honest. And it is kind of one of those things I would like to figure out before I go. I'm sure such things would be far beyond and below the station of someone as yourself, though.
You know, it would come to surprise you that you are not the first person to express that you've lost something here at the carnival, whether it be physical or otherwise. I do regret to inform you that ultimately we are not responsible for those losses. There are forces at work on either side that are entirely beyond our control, and he looks back towards Etika. The wheel of time turns ever on. What's lost is lost, what's gone is gone. Now, if you were to find your way to the other side, that's all I can tell you. You might find or have better luck there.
The other side?
The opposite side of a mirror, if you will. The world is a two-way door.
You're cryptic. I like it.
You know,
It's unhelpful, but cryptic. Entertaining.
Bloody elves and fae, of course we are.
well, it's a fortune teller. I feel like, it's karma. I gotta give you a response maybe in a way that you would relate to.
That's how we talk. It's nothing special. We can't help ourselves.
Okay, I'm not talking to you, okay? I know you talk circles. I've spent like 10 minutes with you. I figured you out, brother.
Yvonne lets out a little giggle.
Because just looks down and smiles.
I'm sorry I couldn't give more of a specific answer. Yes.
No, I understand. Before we change subjects, because I know it's easy to get distracted. When you say what's lost is lost, why do we have a lost property at the carnival if what's lost is lost? I just find that interesting.
How much has Madame Kaida told you about the foundation of this here carnival?
Not much. We focus on our work.
Good answer. Etika, do you have any idea? You seem to be someone with all the answers before you play your cards.
Little. Only what was necessary for me to know.
Well, it's not going to be news to anyone, as there seems to be a lot of loud mouths here lately. Not you folks. We've already had some other folks come to us and ask us questions, so we are not the original owners of this here carnival. Though we want to continue to be the owners. We swapped places with the original owners. We had our own carnival down in the Shadowfell. Let's just say time is ticking on both ends for this agreement, and we want to prolong this agreement as long as possible. The source of the magic of this carnival is comes from a certain lady that has been mentioned. We don't have any sort of influence on her realm, though she does provide us the magic to run it. As far as missing things go, she has a variety of henchlings, if you will, who can come and go as they please. It's part of the...
Henchlings?
I mean, little to-doers,
We
fairies,
prefer the term agents. But
agents, yes. Ah, we.
yes, we.
We're speaking French now.
Say that one more time.
I'll look at Victor.
We speak in French now.
Oh, we speak in we.
Oui,
oui.
Oui.
Oui, baguette.
Mr. Witch does not laugh, though his eyes seem to be laughing. That all being said, all we care about, we, being myself and Mr. Light, is running this here carnival. We gain a tremendous amount of joy in running it. But as far as the other contracts that are at play, we don't touch them. So I hope that provides some answers for you folks.
Who was this contract with? You said you made a deal.
I did not make it. Oh, are you talking about the original owner?
Yes, the original owners. You said you had an agreement. With whom?
His lips purse and his eyes kind of just stare at you. And you get the sense that he's trying to say the name, but he cannot.
Can I tell that if he's like forbidden from speaking?
I would say with your background, you would know. And he's in like basic, like a 10 as being like the general, like, you know, average. That's he's very much emoting on purpose to show that he cannot answer that question.
Etika kind of stares at his mouth for a good second and then into his eyes and just slowly nods. Kind of a, oh, shit, kind of nod.
Feeling kind of discomfort, you see him reach down to his pocket once more where that pocket watch was, and he takes a quick look at his watch, and he nods to somebody in the corner who actually had never left, and that's Burley. I think it's time that, unfortunately, you folks need to depart. We do have other events at play here that we need to get ready for, especially the crowning of the monarch, which, you know, keep up what you're working on, and maybe one of you 5 will be ever so lucky. Mr. Light, please take it away. And you watch as Mr. Witch basically takes out like a pocket pad and starts writing some notes, just kind of tuned out of the conversation. And Mr. Light turns to the rest of you. All right, all right. Thank you so much for coming. Again, super appreciate y'all raising the mood here. As a thank you, how would you folks love a balloon animal of your choosing? And the door opens, and Thaco is
Ooh.
standing there, blowing. This here is our lovely, lovely clown Thaco. A clown, a few words, but many talents. Let him know what kind of animal you like, and he will send you on your way. And he kind of like points to the door, being like, and you go. And time to exit.
All right, get
Can
out.
can Selena hang back for a second?
Same with Vaughn.
Well, that won't work then. If you want to hang back, I'll let you hang back instead. I just wanted to say something cryptic to him before I left.
Oh wait, no, you're good. We can keep going.
Okay,
All right.
I'll let you guys go out.
So everyone kind of filters out. Zelina, being the smallest, just kind of blends in. And then the door is still creaked open, but you were the last in the wagon with Mr. Witch is currently writing on some notepad frantically. And Mr. Light is still holding his arm out to the door and looks down at you. Yes, little one.
I think she would reach up and take his hand in her little paw and say, even though all that is lost may be lost, I hope you do not lose this place. I know you fear things coming to an end and not being the owner anymore. So if there's anything myself or my friends could help with that in the future, you let us know, okay? You do well, you keep people happy, and it's a good place, this carnival. She kind of like pat his hand and then just leave without letting him say anything.
You see him speechless and smiling, and you notice a sadness in his eyes, but an understanding as you go. And the door shuts. And the rest of you are now surrounding Thaco, who just kind of looks at you all and goes, basically like kind of shrugs and like, what do you want? And is already taking out some balloons to like stretch them and start working them.
Why do I feel like he has such a bad attitude?
And it kind of like barely contains his chuckle and just puts his mouth up, or puts his hand up to his mouth, try and conceal it. He knows he's done with this shit.
And he's just waiting for someone to say an animal.
Can I have a snake, please?
What was that?
A snake?
A snake?
A snake. You know how he's like stretching the balloon. He like stops and looks at you, and just grabs a string, wraps it around the midsection, hands you the string, and now it's just a snake.
Yes.
He grabs another balloon, is looking at the rest of you.
Dragonfly.
He kind of nods. And he very quickly, almost like cartoonish, like where it looks like a little cloud of hands. Bing! You have a little dragonfly balloon on a string. Hands it off to you.
I'll pull my sleeve back 1 1/4 seconds, and I'll take it.
Wonderful.
I'll nod him.
And you get the sense that like this, whatever is going on, it's actually magically floating in the air. It's not just like air or goddamn, insert word for what is it that usually makes balloons float? Helium, thank you. Appreciate that. And he takes out another balloon. Anyone? We got a snake, we got a dragonfly.
Color? Because I think Vaughn is peeing. A hammer? That's not an animal.
Not the hammer.
Best animal.
Do you say hammer? Okay. So he kind of
Not
he looks at you and he goes and he kind of like shrugs, like knowing, like, all right. And
It's so Albert.
and it looks exactly like your well-known hammer. And he uses multiple colors to try and make it match the hammer that you carry.
This will be your weapon in battle. Wield it well, for it is forged by mighty men.
Imagine the little squeaky balloon noise when you hit somebody.
He takes
It's just
it,
from a crit on each
I
hit, though.
Dare you to
buttons.
try.
But heal 1 damage.
I think Selena would remember when she was here as a little kid with her sister, and how the balloon artist made little bunnies for them because they were little bunny girls. And even though nobody knows she's a bunny girl because she hides it, she'll just say, "May I have a bunny?"
He looks down at you like, really? But then, like, it's like an eye of, like, you're too cute, I have to. And then, like, makes a little tiny bunny and hands it off to you.
Thank you.
And out of the side, you see him kind of, like, do another something a little quickly. And he hands you a balloon carrot.
Oh, you.
Taco, you're too much. It's too much. You're so sweet.
He stares at you with, like, this, like, look of, like, no, I'm tough. And winks at you and hands you the carrot.
Adorable.
You get the sense that he definitely overheard you. The fact that you might be leaving the carnival. It's kind of like a goodbye.
Aww. Don't.
Oh, you better believe that Twitch is already looking at that hammer. Oh, you hear like squeaking noises.
You just see Attica slowly turn to you with red in his eyes. Do not.
The squirrel already has his hand like around the hilts of the hammer, just kind of looks at you. The tail twitches.
No.
Oh, this shit.
What a
Oh, no.
horrendous idea.
All right.
What is it?
If that is the last
There we go.
of the balloon animals,
Is Vaughn back?
Not sure.
Yes.
Ooh, do you want a balloon animal?
It is the me. Absolutely.
It's a pumpkin.
Taco has
I
like
already
one
have
last
a
balloon out.
pumpkin,
Okay.
so
And they
can
magically
I
float.
have a bat?
Like the creature a bat? Or like a bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like
Okay.
the animal bat.
Wonderful.
Attica
Why not a
slowly
bat with a
molds his
bat?
cane into a bat.
So he takes out.
No!
Slowly.
You think it wouldn't
hands it to
exist in this world, but of course it fucking does because magic. He takes out black colored balloons and makes a black bat for you about the size of your head and hands it off to you. It magically floats on a string.
Amazing. Vaughn just kind of looks at it like admiringly.
Selena rolls her eyes. Wow, you're so moody. Look at your bat.
He winks at her.
And she just giggles.
And with that,
At
Thaco
this
kind
point,
of.
it's very expressive, like happy grin on Vaughn's face kind of emerges. Anyway.
So cute. Thaco kind of like nods at the rest of you, puts his pipe back in, and you see him puff it a little bit, and then he turns and he walks into the wagon and shuts the door behind him. Burley escorts your group outside of the staff area, and Burley stays behind, just kind of grunts at you. The thorn bushes kind of grow back and close around the staff area, and you guys are once more on the main thoroughfare outside the big top of the Witchlight Carnival, and 1 more hour has passed. The mood has still stabilized at max, and time is yours.
Ooh.
Oh, so we just finished hour 5. Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, hour
Correct.
5 was the end of last stream, so we're in hour 6 now.
Mhm.
Because hour 5 was Charo, and hour 6 was this meeting.
Mhm.
Was
I think
it?
before, yeah, because 4 was the big top, and then we spent an hour at doing Tarot and the squirrel,
Mhm.
and
Say
then
we just got into
yeah.
hour 6 according to the tracker, so I wanted to clarify for myself.
Yes. Correct. Because the tarot
So
took
then that
about
meeting was still in the 5th hour.
at the tail end of the 5th hour, correct?
Okay.
So originally when we left the tarot, we were headed to the feasting orchard.
Do we want to do that?
Just so you guys remember what we were doing before old boy grabbed us.
Are we hungry?
Oh,
I
boy,
am
grabbed
Absolutely
us.
famished.
All right. Yeah, you guys all hear
Well,
your
then-
your stomachs growling. You start making
To the salon.
To the salon.
Halder.
Yeah, if there's any talking,
Yeah.
it takes about 20 minutes for you guys to walk over there. So any RP that you guys want to talk about along the way, go ahead.
And I have a
Yvonne's
bunny
just-
back ride. We've been walking so much.
Alder just looks at her and gives like a little nod.
Yay! She hops up on his shoulders. So now she's like a little taller, so she can actually involve herself in the conversation, too.
Vaughn's just kind of
Trying not
off
to
in his
laugh
own
as he
world.
stares at you.
Screaming. Vaughn's just out in his own little world, just playing with his balloon bat.
How are you all this precious?
Vaughn looked at him and like cocks his head to the side, like, "What do you mean?"
Etika rolls his eyes.
Look around you, look where we are. Of course we're precious.
Look around,
Oh no.
at how lucky we are to be in carnival right now. Anyway,
Come on.
absolutely not.
I bounce off
What
because he's
the-
like huge.
What did you think of the owners?
Very,
There was
as you said,
something.
cryptic.
Something is the word. I thought that you were. What are you on about, Etika? How much do you know that we don't know? Because I feel like you were having a conversation in 3D chess and we were over here playing checkers with the little kids.
Perhaps
What the
that
hell was
is-
that?
Perhaps
Yeah.
that is a conversation to be had behind closed doors. And not in the middle of a carnival grounds. But be rest assured, I will tell you everything I know. But
You are simply determined to be vexing to me, are you not?
he kind of like actually turns to you and puts his hands up. I genuinely mean no disrespect. But this is a delicate matter.
Hmm. She drops it for now.
Vaughn just kind of like rolls his eyes, but like only halfway, if that makes sense.
You learn a few things in the Feywilds and its outskirts, and you know when to keep your mouth shut. That was the first lesson.
Yeah, it sounds like a lesson you need to relearn. Oops. Did I say that?
I was trying to figure out how to phrase that myself, so I'm glad somebody said it.
Oops.
It kind of just like,
But she like really, she like smiles to know that she's joking. She's not.
Vaughn
seriously mad
holds
at
out
her.
his
It's kinda
fist
like-
to her for like a fist bump.
you see in Etika's face, it's like he's not sure whether to be like gentle or call you out on that. But he just ends up taking it in stride and just smiles.
She
Fair
fist
enough, that was
bumps.
a good one. Fair enough.
All right.
All right, shall we say we arrived?
Yes. So,
Are we good?
you are good. So, as you guys get closer and closer to the feasting orchard, you begin to hear music and mirth radiating from this part of the park. The heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers are plucking fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there's singing, dancing, and an inordinate amount of custard. So much custard.
Custard.
Mm-hmm. You guys,
The custard.
Zelina and Halder would know that repeatedly throughout the evening, there is a fairy cake eating contest that runs. It's 1 ticket punch to enter.
Oh,
And it does seem that There is currently kind of a pause as folks are getting different drinks and everything as they are setting up for the next fairy cake eating contest. So if anyone would like to join, they can sign up for that. How it
I have a
will...
question.
Yes, what's up?
Is it fairies eating cake, or is it like a type of cake called fairy cake?
It's a type of cake called a fairy cake. So it's
Okay.
It is.
I needed that clarification for my head.
Yeah, it is. You see, the contest table is piled high with small glazed cupcakes, each filled with a dollop of berry custard. And the goal for this eating contest is simple: eat as many cupcakes as you can within 60 seconds.
Oh.
So,
Vaughn like glances at it, like questions it for a second, shakes his head and said, "You guys are more than welcome to do this without me. I will be fine."
Not a competitive either, Mr. Hemlock.
No, I just like to enjoy what I'm eating.
can everybody roll me a perception check, please?
Not that noise.
Wasn't looking. Has to grab a thing.
Hiya!
Perception.
Oh,
Version.
20, period.
Yeah, baby. The hiya adds power.
Oh, not Vaughn getting the lowest one.
Oh,
never
mind.
no. I was gonna say about that.
No, Victor.
Victor sneezes.
Victor got a
No.
3.
I should never know what's going on.
All right.
Like the real life.
Quick,
You never know what's going on.
Okay. Same. Off to the side, you guys, let's see, anyone that rolled a 14 or higher. So that's going to be Zelina, Etika, and Halder. As you guys kind of like take in this orchard, kind of looking around, looking at all the stilt walkers and everything, you three notice that there is a pear tree off to the side where there seems to be some sort of female presenting person hanging on a swing that just seems to be playing their instrument. But what you notice specifically with this check is that this person seems to just be kind of eyeing your group, clearly tracking as you kind of make your way around the orchard. And you realize you've seen this person kind of off in the distance throughout the night. Just like you have these like random memories of like seeing them in the stands at the snail race. They were kind of off to the side leaning against the post as you guys were waiting for Etika to go through the mine cart ride, the mystery mine. And what was noticeable about this wasn't like, of course, like you're going to see people throughout the night as you all are kind of here exploring, etc. It's the fact that like you realize this person had seemingly been taking an interest in your group. That's
And it's
all.
only the three that saw
Those
that,
of us
correct?
that saw the cloaked figure by the dragonfly rides earlier,
Mhm.
would we connect those two at all, or does it seem like a completely different person?
Completely different person. Ooh.
What is she wearing? This new person?
This person is, oh, of course I put that down. Hold on. Did I exit out of that? There it is. She actually looks like this. Shaboom.
Oh, she's cute.
Ooh.
Ooh.
But imagine her like in
Is that
a
money?
Lizard?
it looks like a large frog. But imagine her in a swing on like a pear tree, just kind of going back and forth, just strumming along.
Is that money like tucked into the strings of her guitar?
I think so.
Period. We love a street
Oh,
performer.
because she got like tips, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would Halder and I recognize her as an employee,
No.
or? Okay.
You would not.
You said she's staring.
Not staring, like clocking. I think it's a better way to phrase it.
Okay. Got
But
it.
now is when we would recognize that we've kind of seen her a couple times. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Zelina would lean over to Halder and say, "It seems we've drawn some attention. Do you know that girl?"
Holder glances over at the girl and then kind of just gives like a little shake of his head no.
Hmm. I think I would look down from his shoulder then and go back to what we were looking at, but like, be aware.
All right.
So, did anybody want to enter the contest?
Yvonne does that thing with his
Hmm.
arms where like he like crosses them in front and like waves them to the side like no thank you.
Etika, Victor, do you want some? Try your hand at eating some fairy cakes? My stomach is the size of one, so I don't think I'd be able to do this.
I kind of just look at you.
Oh no, not the biggest fan of sweets, but why not? For the fun of the carnival, correct?
Yvonne looks him up and down like, what do you mean you don't like sweets?
All right.
I think
I
you
don't
should
know
do
what
it,
the
Victor. I
hell.
think it'd be fun. And you never know, you might win.
Could be fun.
Halder should enter. He can eat so much.
I'm surprised the dwarf isn't taking first to the challenge.
Holder just eyes at and then kind of gives
Is that
like a
true? You
little
have
shrug.
3 stomachs and they're all made of stone.
Excuse me?
Wait.
Kind of just smirk at him. Don't want to enter the contest.
What stereotype is
The
this
free
from?
stomach.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Holder kind of just shrugs. Why not? And steps forward.
All right. So we have Victor, Halder. Anybody
clap.
else?
Nay, I shall sit out.
Okay. All right. So Victor and Halder, for the purposes of this, I need you guys to tell me what your Constitution modifier is, please.
Constitution. I can't open it quick enough.
The bold small number, right?
Yes, small number.
2.
2 for Halder.
It's still loading. Oh, why? Oh, this is fun. I'm gonna join into the loading game.
I can bring up your... Constitution is 2.
Fun.
But you will need your character sheet up, so still have it load. All right. Let's see. For shits and giggles, let's see. Zelina,
Yes.
give me a gender and a race, and think of a name.
Female elf named Carmina.
Carmina. All right, I'm gonna give her a Constitution of +1. Okay, you're gonna be rolling for an NPC for me. All right, Etika, give me a gender or race, please, and a name.
Male, silver dragonborn with the same name. silver.
Ooh, spicy.
Born solar. Gonna give that one a +2. Okay. And I think that leaves Frosty. Did you have one?
No, it should be me.
Oh, yeah, yes. Give me gender, race, name, please.
We're gonna do a male Triton named Finnegan.
Did you say troglodyte?
That's so you coded.
Isn't
I was gonna say this sounds very similar to something.
Wait, what was the race?
Triton.
Triton. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give them a +2 as well.
Very familiar.
Okay, so how this works is each contestant can swallow 1 cupcake in 3 seconds safely, and you can eat as many cupcakes as 3 plus your con modifier. So Victor and Halder, you both can eat 5 cupcakes in 15 seconds safely.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And let's see. So can Silver and Finnegan. And then Carmina can eat 4 cupcakes in 12 seconds. Because I have to keep track of... We're doing 60 seconds total. Yay, thank you, D&D, for math. Okay. So, for each additional cupcake that you're going to try, it's going to be a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. Or else you take 1d8 custard damage. And once you
custard damage.
I know. And once you go, you're going to go unconscious. You're not actually taking like body damage. It's just like, oh, you go unconscious, etc. and you're out. So we have 45 seconds that we need to account for. To make it
What was my
full
cupcake
minute.
to second ratio again?
It was I'm 5, but I'm just taking off the 15. So how this is gonna work? We're gonna start off with Carmina right off the bat. I'm gonna give you. Let's see. I'm gonna give an average of what is Madame Zelina? What is Zelina's HP?
7.
Okay, that's your HP for this. And let's see, Etika, what's your HP?
I think it's 11.
That makes sense for a Dragonborn.
No, not even close. 9.
Oh, okay, still makes sense. All right, and Finnegan, what is your
You
character's?
said Carmina was a +1 to Constitution, right?
Yes, I did.
So she'd be the same as me.
Yes.
Perfect.
Vaughn's is also 9.
Okay. All right. So I'm just making it so you guys can participate as well. So, all right. To start us off, Carmina, go ahead and make me a DC save, please. We're 12 seconds in. So this will put us at 15.
So it'd be Constitution.
Yes.
Do I do it in the saving throws?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you make it. All right, you are even. You have eaten 5. We are at 15 seconds. All right. So, to set the scene. There's about 30 proprietors, I would say, kind of in these like long tables in this lovely little orchard. You guys are all kind of up on a raised up hill with a long table in front. The pile of cupcakes kind of strewn about almost to the point where they cover the rest of your heads. All 5 of these characters are sitting in their respective seats, have their own platter of these cupcakes with berry custard in front of them. There is a lovely little fairy gal who's running around using a wand as her little microphone. saying, "Welcome everybody to the next fairy eating contest. So glad that you're all here. We have our next contestants here with their lovely little berry. Don't know why we always have to go with berry, but I guess we just have plenty of berries. But there's pears over there. I'm getting off track. All right, here. Okay, everybody, please take a swig of some, I don't know, not alcohol, unless you want alcohol. But okay, getting distracted again. If you have water, definitely drink it. Definitely recommend it. But I will say, we definitely have a really, really, really cool prize if you get first place. So, steady those stomachses. Hopefully, looking at the Dragonborn, I see you. We got to use the one. We've had past Dragonborn, trying to pass off. That's cheating. So just use the one. All right. Wonderful. Okay. Everybody put your hands on either side of your plate. We're going to get 60 seconds on the clock. Let me see. Whoop. There we go. She does a little minor illusion that there's like a little big clock above everybody. On the count of 3, and I'm going to need audience participation, please. And I see you all there. I know it's probably going to be really easy if you want to help out your friends up here, but please, I don't want to have to kick you out. We've already had to kick out 3 people this evening. Please, just cheer on your friends. We're all here for a good time. All right.
I give her a whoa, okay, thumbs up.
I love her.
Wonderful.
Move on, just like giggles and claps.
Love it. Keep that up. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, begin! All right. So in the first 15 seconds, you all start shoving your cupcakes. Everyone's breathing really heavily. There's so much custard, guys. I don't know. Custard is so kind of greasy a little bit. There's berry already kind of covering everybody's mouths. Everybody for the first 15 seconds seem to be a good steady pace. Carmina, you kind of have to take a breath for that 5th cupcake and you slam it down, and we are at 15 seconds of 60. All right, so for this, everybody go ahead for the next one, bringing us to 18 seconds out of 60. Make me that Constitution saving throw. You have to beat a 10 or else you'll do a 1d8 and I'll go ahead and...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, so I will roll the damage.
Man.
All right, so for... All right, Carmina made it. Alder made it. Victor made it. Wonderful. Awesome. Okay, here is the first damage for Vaughn. For your character, oh, God. You know what? I feel like a D8 is a lot, but maybe it's just to try and clear the board. So your character takes 4 custard damage. Etika, your character takes
We're already
4.
down to 5.
Yep, 4 custard damage. All right. Oh, buddy, a little. So for both of your characters, it gets stuck in the throat as you're like shoving it down, and you can feel a little bit of your stomach kind of going sideways, and you have to swallow a little bit. And then eventually it gets down, but your stomach is really feeling full already. Oh my God, that was the 6th. That was the 6th cupcake. Everybody else, you're able to like burp a little bit, clear your stomach up. And the fairy's like, oh my goodness, this is not gonna be a long one. I don't think so. We already have some folks that are just, that custard's going, oh, no, please don't spray me. That's great. Say it, don't spray it. Well, don't say anything. You should be focusing on eating. All right, next one. Let's go. All right, everybody go ahead and make your next Constitution saving throw, please. I know, Aria, that's a really loud voice. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
That's a cat.
That's a cat, yes. Oh, no. All right, Karina, you're going to take, let's see, we need 2 more saves, I think. Unless the Etika...
They did it before.
Oh, got
I
it.
Emoted.
Perfect. All right, Carmina, you're gonna take...
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
She's dead, right? Or she's, well, not dead, but like...
Face full
dead.
of custard. Face full of custard. Elf ears just covered in berries.
Oh,
She's out.
She's out. So, yeah, Carmina, just you think you're good. You have that cupcake in, and you just get this hazy look, and then you just face plant in the custard cupcakes in front of you. Oh my goodness, that's gonna take a while to clean up. We already have lost our first contestant, don't stop. Please, for the love of goodness, please don't stop. But also, please stop if you feel really sick. Okay, we're going to take care of that later. And next save, please.
Oh my god.
This
Oh
is
my god.
Ooh.
Okay.
Damn. Oh, he's got
Okay.
some good constitution on him.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's this. What is that? Goodness. Oh, you guys really like custard. You're not slowing down. Should I be concerned? Should we have a talk about this later? I mean, custard's really not you're just going to keep going. That's great. Please. Yeah. Okay. And please make another save.
Oh god.
Bringing us to 27 seconds.
More cupcakes.
Oh, the cupcakes. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. All right. So, Halder.
Victor.
Halder and Silver are taking damage here. So here is Halder's damage, 5, and here is Silver's damage, 5.
Silver's down.
Okay.
Oh damn.
How does Silver go down? What does he look like?
He's going to take that last face full of cupcakes and he's going to go, Mommy raised no. And then he's gone. He's just knocked out.
You know, pride gets the best of us. I'm really glad that you didn't use that second or third stomach. Thank you for being honest in that respect. But, you know, apparently Mama did raise a quitter. So anyway,
Man, he's going to win. It's like, you think you're... And then he passed out again.
All
See the
right.
tear in his eyes and the custard.
Next con
Screaming.
saves, please. We are halfway to 60 seconds.
Oh my god.
I think we have to. Oh!
Yo.
Oh, man. Has Vaughn taken any damage? Or Vaughn's character, the
Yeah.
Finnegan? Okay.
He took 4 earlier, so he's at 5 right now.
Okay. So I'm going to give you 2 back for that nat 20.
Well, period.
As you just like inhaled this Triton character, just absorbed like all the liquid from the custard, just absorbing it into the rest of his body, and just a loud burp actually comes through your gills. The air just smells like so much berry, and you're able to take in a little bit more and gain a little bit less of that custard damage that he's already taken on. Okay, well, that's the first I've seen. You know, I don't think we've had a Triton on here before, but my God, I guess you really can just suck the water out of everything. I hope that's okay to say. I don't know. All right. Next con save, please.
Oh god.
DM's having fun with this one.
I might be.
No.
Oh, no.
That's true,
What
that
the
was-
fuck? Okay.
Yeah, it's over.
All right.
You were doing
So,
oh, wow.
Vaughn got 2 nat 20s in a row.
oh jeez. All right. So Victor, this is your damage. 5.
Cool.
Is Victor still up?
I'm still
I
up.
think that's his first
Okay.
damage, is it not?
Yeah,
I think
it is
you're
the
right.
first time. I'll be crying.
All right,
Oh, for that
Halder.
5. Jesus.
2. I think Halder's still up because freaking
Oh yeah,
barbarians.
Halder's still up.
First
Okay.
damage to right there.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then the Triton, I'll give you 1. We'll just keep that as the
Period.
Yep. All right.
So we're 1 less than where we started.
Correct. All right. Whew. There is just at this point custard flying everywhere. You guys you're starting to slow down a bit. Like you're starting to take small bites. You're actually actively slowing down. Some of the custard's going up in your nose.
Ew.
The fairy kind of goes up. That's cheating. Don't just shove the custard up there. It's got to go in the other hole. It's got to go down, all the way down. Yep, that's right. There we go. Just also please make sure to breathe. We've had a lot of people just, actually pass out, and we've had to revive. Don't worry about that. Just keep eating. All right. Let's do, in the other hole. You're welcome. Next con save, please.
The other hole.
In your hole.
It's bringing us to 37.
Oh no.
Okay. The Triton. 6 damage.
Oh. We're down to 2.
Down to 2. Oh, right. This
What do you have?
apparently a lot because
started
I've
with
already
9.
lost. Yep. I've lost track
Oh,
of how
never
many
mind, I can't
cupcakes
do
this
math.
is. I think we're at like 8 or 9 at this point. The tray is getting smaller and smaller. Finnegan, you're having to like slowly like look over and reach. Your vision is getting a little hazy. There's so much custard. The fairy in front of you just looks like doubled and tripled. How you doing there? You doing okay? Oh, you kind of. Ooh, that doesn't look too good. Yeah, I believe in you. I believe in you so much. You got this. Oh, yep, and you do. All right. Next con save, please.
The Triton just like holds one hand over his mouth for a second, like giving thumbs up with his other hand, like
Ooh,
I got it. We're good.
you got this. Oh no.
Okay. Oh no, I
Oh,
got it.
no,
no.
none of you got it. None of you got it. All right,
The
let's see.
custard's taking its toll.
We got 5 for
Since I went out with it.
5 for
Five.
Victor,
Okay.
I'm down.
8 for Halder.
No.
Is Halder up still or no?
Or is that 0? He's not.
Oh, and
Are we
5.
all about to go out? We're all out.
Oh my
We
goodness.
all reached for that final one and just knocked back in the chairs.
Oh goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna consider this a tiebreaker. So what I'm gonna do is, the last person to go out because you had the highest con save is actually Halder. So Victor, describe to me your character, how your character would have passed out.
I really don't know. I think his what's it called? Just the custard just hitting his eyes. It's just like thriving in pain.
Just so much custard. You're too full. You just probably at this point just tap out and be like, nope. And the fairy kind of floats over and you're like, no, what? Yeah, I respect that. You know your limits. Good job. That's good on you. Probably gonna be horrible later, but you know what? You did your best. She turns around and faces the Triton.
That's just intolerant.
Oh, buddy. How does the Triton go out?
He does that thing again where like he puts one hand over his mouth, but instead of doing a thumbs up, he goes like 1 second, like just holds up one finger, like hold on, give me a second, and then out of nowhere, just absolute stream of like berry vomit coming out of his gills.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do
Exactly!
a dexterity
Exactly!
save
Fuck
for
is
this
it?
little. Oh, she gets some on the side face. Oh, I
Oh
should
no!
have fucking. She's like wiping it from her face. I should have seen that coming. I didn't want to do this shit. I didn't. I wanted to go down to the Pixie Kingdom. It's fine. We're having a good time here.
Someone together, thank you.
This poor fairy.
Turning, she's at her wit's end, and she turns back
I'd
to
like
Halder.
to cast Calm Emotions on the fairy, if I had it. I have it. Never mind.
Do you have it?
LOL.
No.
Okay, it's the thought that counts. All right, Halder, turning to you. You actually, since you were the last person standing, how does I don't see him passing out, but how does he look like? How do you want to do this? How do you want to win the?
My thought was he looks to the other contestants before just like falling back into a custard coma, kind of.
Custard coma.
Just
I
that-
think
Okay.
Selena would be really excited that he won and prestidigitation some little fireworks over him.
Oh, that's
Little tiny fireworks, like yay!
that's so lovely. We really should up our what is our budget for our production value here. That's wonderful. What is your name, sir? Please don't fall asleep so I can at least get your name.
Halder kind of sits up and just goes, Halder.
Oh, it's the Halder. Oh, hello, Halder. Oh, I didn't recognize you under all that custard. Oh my goodness. She kind of wipes some away from your eyebrows and your forehead. Oh my goodness. Well, Halder, thank you for entering. For this, she kind of turns towards the rest of the crowd. We have, you guessed it, a lovely, very, very, very special cupcake for the winner. and she kind of does this little hand move in the air before this like very shining in a gold like cupcake, what are those things called, the thing the cupcake actually sits in.
Wrapper?
Thank you, my brain. Cupcake wrapper, a golden cupcake wrapper with it looks like I would say just vanilla cupcake, the custard, and a just one singular blueberry with a little bit of a gold leaf on top, shining ever so brightly. She hands it to Halder, and what this effectively does, and you'll know upon reaching, or like when you grab it, it effectively acts as a potion of invisibility. So put that down in your inventory that you have a cupcake that acts like a potion of invisibility, and the only way to activate it is to eat the cupcake.
Okay.
And after that, the fairy turns around. All right, can we please give a warm, I almost said welcome. Everybody just give applause for all the contestants. We'll get everything cleaned up. Don't you worry about it. As for that, please continue to eat the lovely cupcakes. Don't eat too much or else you'll end up like them. And we will be back in the next half hour for the next fairy cake eating contest. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Woo! And she turns around and she doesn't realize her little mic is still on her wand. She's like, now it's time for my freaking smoke break. Where do I need to go? Okay, over here.
Hot mic.
She turns it off.
I give her a thumbs up.
She points in your direction, and I don't know if you ever noticed this, but like, have you ever like had a server come to your table and they give you all smiles, but the minute they turn around, they drop their smile? That's exactly what happens with this fairy.
Yeah.
I love it.
She is
My thumbs up
overworked.
turns into like a finger guns and just slowly puts it down.
Ugh, so funny.
All right. You have your lovely cupcake.
That was so cute.
It takes about 5 minutes for Victor to kind of come back out of his haze, but there's other little like goblin-like creatures that come up, and they're actually like just cleaning the entire area, not with magic, but actually cleaning the entire area, kind of resetting the stage for the next cupcake eating contest in the next half hour. And
Oh, so we're already halfway through the 6th hour.
yes, it took a little bit of time for you guys to get to the feasting orchard, and then I would say like the time that it took you to like walk through the feasting orchard probably took 10 minutes, sit down. The actual event itself would take obviously like a minute, so we're probably like minute 40-ish in this next hour.
Screaming.
But eventually some of the goblins do actually like hand in hand kind of carry Victor over to the rest of your group, as well as Halder, and you both, all of your group is back together.
Vaughn is still wiping tears away like, oh, that was so funny.
I think Zelina would pull a little bit of cloth from inside her robes and like clean up Victor's face, just so that when he's ready to get up, he's not like all sticky and gross.
You beat me to it. I kind of just take a step towards it. It's like, oh, you have it. Good. That's good.
She likes Victor a lot.
Good. You're a friend now.
The custard was everywhere. I don't think I could look at custard ever again.
Halder, I don't know why I even thought anyone would win, but you, my funnel cake friend, you did so good.
No more custard.
Oh, you poor thing. I guess it's right what I said. Too much of a good thing can be bad, huh?
Let's go find you some water.
Just kind of still in the custard coma, just shakes his head at water.
It's at this point that you guys kind of like turned around and looking for like another pitcher of water. You see on another table that someone can grab that gnome bard that you had seen kind of off in the distance seems to be slowly approaching your table, and the guitar that was once in front of her is now kind of strung on her back, and she's given like the polite like clap, and she walks up to you and goes, "That was very lovely. You all seem to be very much quite enjoying this lovely little carnival. Are you not?"
Vaughn kind of eyes this new person skeptically.
She playfully eyes you back.
Manners, my friends. We are having a wonderful time. My name is Attica. Yours?
Eliwick Tumblestrum. She holds out her hand.
Tumblestrum it is.
That's about full.
I'll kind of do that, like court royal handshake, where it's not full-on handshake, but just like a firm one.
Mm-hmm. She returns it. You all seem to be making your way around. How did you find your way here to this lovely carnival?
Vaughn crosses his arms in front of him and just kind of like continues eyeing her. But he's like, "If you really must know, I had a benefactor."
Oh, a benefactor, you say?
Mm-hmm. The guy at the ticket booth said so.
Well, you know what? Heck, why not? Hello, I'm your benefactor.
Oh.
Oh,
Vaughn's mouth just like drops open. Oh.
Yes.
I hope
Oh.
you don't expect something in return.
She kind of looks around. Is there some place we can go to talk more privately?
Vaughn looks at Madame Zelina.
Hey, we could go to my tent. It'd be quite a walk.
You know anywhere else?
I mean, Zelina and Halder have access to the staff area, but I don't think we want to bring this person there. What about the place that we saw the spooky figure that was behind the dragonfly rides, but off to the side of the feasting orchard, back in those trees?
That's perfect.
It looks like there's, lights and stuff. So I guess Zelina would gesture over to that little pasture, seeing that nobody's there, and kind of lead the way to a little spot under one of the trees.
Love it. All right, you guys kind of make your way over there. And very easily those trees provide like natural cover, and they're very much tucked away off like the main thoroughfare. She settles against the base of one of the trees, and takes out her guitar from her back, as it seems to be kind of just something that she likes to strum along to, as just kind of like a natural fidget for herself. Well, sorry for the smoke and mirrors, if you will, but without revealing, too much of all of my cards, I got the sense that the lot of you are movers and shakers of the world. I figured a little bit of an investment getting you into the carnival would prove beneficial for all of us.
Let's assume you're right. How would you know this?
Looking directly at you and goes, from one agent to another, we have our ways.
You have my attention. Hopefully soon my respect.
Quite. We do have a lady in common. And I unfortunately do not have the means to locate her.
If we did, we wouldn't be in this mess, now would we?
No, we would not. I cannot, in fact, go to the very realm in which she presides. That's part of our agreement. But perhaps I can help you get there.
You wish to take us to her realm?
I wish to open a window.
I see.
And it's a window that I cannot pass through myself.
Are you a Witchlight hand? Or are you working on your own accord?
The latter.
Why? Other than the obvious, would you risk coming all across here and not just asking for their permission? Let me rephrase. You don't seem like you're from around here.
You don't either. But to answer your
I
question,
reside underneath.
to answer your question, my investigation can only take me so far, and I need to hand off the torch.
Selena shrugs and says, "Don't look at me, I just work here."
Have you ever seen Avatar where it's like Azula's eyes shoot open, but the rest of his face is completely composed?
Mm-hmm.
She would see just that, oh, who the fuck am I talking to now? Oh. I see. How many hours remain for the carnival?
She kind of looks towards the east. Not many. When the sun rises, the carnival ends. And the windows close.
So, if we are going to go through this window she wants to open, it has to be before the carnival's over?
Yes.
Hmm.
I assume you're using something of the carnival's magic then, not your own?
I can give you the words to use that will unlock the window. But you have to be willing to pass through.
I'll kind of look to the rest of the party. They don't know what we know.
They don't.
You'd be throwing them into... Well, I would say a mystical land of wonder and dreams, but at the moment, I'm not sure that's the case.
That is correct. I cannot speak to specifics, but I find myself in a very hard place. And the fact that you all are here, specifically you, and you, she looks towards Vaughn and Etika.
In Victor and Etika, or
Victor,
is
sorry.
it really Vaughn
V's.
and Etika?
Yes, yep. Victor and Etika.
Yeah.
I feel this.
Is very telling. I've sent out my own feelers to other agents who have not been able to, for one reason or another, make their way here. And you are the first, and I do believe time is of the essence. But like you said, it is a big ask. The realms beyond, she seems to be struggling with words to describe the realms.
I think Selena would annoyedly kind of interrupt her stuttering and say, "What exactly are you asking here? Are you wanting these two to go do some task for you? Is it... What... I know that there's a lot that Etika won't say because it's not the time to talk about it or whatever, but I feel like it's time to talk about it."
Mistress Tumblestrom, if I may, I believe my bindings are less tight than yours. If I may explain.
Please do.
I'll turn to the rest of them. My home and the home of my people, the Fae, we believe to be in great danger. And Our Lady, an Archfey, is missing. That's all I know for certain. But what I can assume to be the truth, and I'll turn back to Tumblestrom, is that the land is more or less being plagued as a result, whether by outside forces or by the lack of her presence. We need to find out what happened, or at least that's my duty. And evidently, you are being invited to join along.
I have my suspicions that the machinations of the hourglass is at hand. And you gather that when she says hourglass specifically, it almost pains her to say, but she was able to get the words out. With the agreements I've made with my lady, I cannot go to her realm. Ever. So if that is where she resides and that is where the trouble lays, I cannot go. I've gathered from you folks that all of you, in one way or another, you're missing something that you hold dear. Or something that you hold at high esteem or value. I can tell you the power exchange that occurs here in this here carnival. Missing items quite regularly make their way to the realms beyond. So my ask, investigate where my lady has gone, what is happening to her, rescue her if you need to, and in exchange, I give you the ticket, the scripture, the words, whatever word you want to use to gain access to your lost items.
We
And it's in this moment
I've
where
already-
where she seemed kind of younger. You see kind of some age, so whatever illusion of young. She seems to be a lot older of a gnome than she was giving off previously. And then she kind of shakes her head and resumes that illusion once more, gathering her composure.
Well, I can't speak for Halder or any other present, as I've only just met them, and I would never, but I think that if you would like my help, I will accompany you. I have my own missing item that I hope to find, and it seems, based on my last conversation with the owners, I don't think I'm going to find what I'm looking for here. So, Etika, Victor, if you would like a companion, I will come with you.
Are you certain?
If you choose to take this journey.
Of course, but it is a very dangerous ask as well.
Oh, danger is my middle name. Count me in.
I know you're probably certain, but for you and Halder, and I must say Victor as well, this will not be the most exciting or joyous of journeys.
Danger.
But if you're certain, I would love to have you.
Alder's like, ooh, danger.
Alder's eyes lit up at the sound of danger, and then kind of gives a little nod to Etika and just says, "I'm in."
Selena looks a little annoyed at the implication. And she like stands up to her full 2 feet of height, puts her little hands on her hips and says, I may be tiny, but I can handle myself, okay?
And I kind of just
And then
like,
she kind of squeaks and realizes that she got the accent and just like sits back down.
and it kind of grins at you. It kind of just takes a step forward. It wasn't tiny. It was young that I was worried about.
I'm almost 21. I'm of age.
Oh
I'm
boy,
old
I
enough to
doubled
do
your age.
things. By the
I
way,
jest, but
out of character thing, whenever we go to the next level, that's going to be her 21st birthday, because that's when she's going to get her divination spells. So, just so you know, she's like really close to 21.
So very close.
He's on the old age of 20.
For a rabbit, that's very old. They only live to
once
100.
again, I meant no disrespect. But if you're certain, then you're certain.
She's more certain than ever because he insulted her unknowingly.
I didn't.
You did, but you didn't mean to.
Halter like hands the little balloon hammer down towards her.
It's bigger than her.
Twitch pouts.
I'll give Twitch head scratches, and you can come too.
Don't forget Gordon.
I was gonna say Vaughn just looks down at Gordon in his arms, and then looks at the rest of the group. And he just doesn't say anything else.
Well, she seems to be like whatever breath she was holding kind of releases. She seems to be a little bit more relaxed as the group seems to be aligning in her favor for what she's asking. Well, it doesn't have to be
Can
now.
I do like a perception check on her to make sure that I think that she's being honest?
Yeah, insight.
Insight. I say that wrong every time.
All
I do
good.
too, don't worry.
Insight.
Ooh, dirty
She
20.
does not seem to have a nefarious bone in her body, and she genuinely seems to be looking for help.
No.
Selena just looks at her for a little while, as if listening or reading her in some way, and then just kind of nods like, okay, I'm with you. Like, I understand.
Now, I can take you to the tent where the window lies, but I do want to tell you there are potential items that could assist you in the beyond. So if there's anything that you want to do, if you are interested, I don't know if you've... Well, it seems like some of you might be in the running for the Monarch, which some of the stuff that comes with that could actually help you. It is up to you. But I will...
Do we have time to do both? I know you said the window won't open once the carnival ends.
You have 30 minutes, a half hour after the Witchlight Monarch is crowned to get to the window.
Oh, so we could absolutely enjoy the carnival and then go to do this.
I would
Get
almost
us
encourage you to
there
continue
quickly.
to enjoy, yes, but just keep in mind where you need to be and meet me at the big top when you're ready to go. I will be sitting under one of the trees there, strumming along, busking.
Oh, we will meet you at the big top right after the crowning of the Witchlight Monarch. And go from there? Does that sound good to everyone?
Yes.
I feel like I need to
yeah.
make sure we're all on the same page and we all want to do this, because if not, I don't want you to feel like you're forced into doing it. Like, you know, Victor seems like he wants us to go and he wants us to help. Obviously, Etika is in Halder just wants to get into trouble, but Vaughn, you haven't really said how you are feeling.
I mean, sounds like an awfully big adventure. It would be a shame to miss out on that.
I agree.
So then it sounds like we're all in accord.
And
Yeah.
I suppose we will meet you at the big top when the time comes.
Correct.
Well, all right. I will make my way to the big top and leave you all to whatever fun you want to have had. She stands up and puts the guitar once more on her back. Thank you again for being willing to do this. On behalf of my lady, I know she's would be very grateful.
Victor and I may be honor bound, but nonetheless, I speak personally, genuinely thank you. Much needed hope you have given us.
She smiles and turns and disappears into the crowd beyond.
Oh.
Etika just swiftly turns around and goes, "Holy shit," and then stands back up, redoes his tie, and starts walking. And then realizes he has nowhere to walk and turns back to the party. Where to next?
Is it break time yet? I really have to pee again.
Yes, we can break. Yeah, of course. Sorry. Yes. Let's.
That was me like 5 minutes ago.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
let's...
drinking a lot of cold water right now to deal with my tooth, so like it's making me pee a lot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good. This perfect break. We will come back at the 30.
Whew.
Okay.
Yay! Oh my gosh, the
Thank you,
plot is
30.
happening.
Wee.
It's thickening.
So 15 minutes. Okay.
Here we go.
Halder just wants to smash something.
Smash.
They were like, pick an animal, and he said hammer.
I fucking can't.
It's so fucking funny. I love it. All right, I will be back soon.
Okay. I want to know how to take off people's images on here. It's covering the map for me.
Oh,
Wait,
at the
what?
top right, go to the settings, little cog in the corner.
Uh
Go to audio and video, I believe it is.
huh.
And then click on video display under there. And then it should be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, well.
Trying to figure out this entire time, so I'm over here like, why is everyone's face so huge?
We all just have very big heads.
Big-headed. Yeah, I just realized the majority of this coming week, it's like 5 hour. It's 5 hour shifts. I start at 2. Yeah,
Better than 8-hour shifts.
I'd rather take the 8 hour shifts. That's more money.
You know that's valid.
5 hour shifts is me literally being there to say hello and goodbye. 5 hours ain't
Fair enough.
shit. Especially since I only have like a couple days. Yeah, I only have 4 days this week. You know, I'll fucking take it. Give me time to work on the musical review things.
Yes.
Why, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. That. Yeah, at least I'm laying down while doing this. This is fun. Oh, back to drawing.
Whew. Oh my god.
Why? You're good.
Yeah, I just sneezed and I couldn't mute in time.
I didn't hear it, so I mean, you were.
Period. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Feywilds after the carnival. Period.
Yes. I first assumed that this was in the Feywilds. It's not in the Feywilds, I guess.
It's at the edge.
It's at the edge.
Yeah.
It was
I
in.
think Etika would have told you this. It's kind of like a crossroads situation, if you know what I'm saying.
You still say that as if Victor isn't failing all his perception checks.
Do you know what I mean by crossroads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a bridge, sort of. Is the best way
You're
to
a
describe it.
bridge.
You're a bridge. I want to call you out. There we go. Check your DMs.
Oh God.
What? Shut the fuck up! That was me yesterday by accident, okay? I got home, mentally died.
No dying.
On TikTok.
Alright, well, I do one for you, I do one for me. I'm going to call myself out. I walked into my room, saw that my blankets were all clumped up, and I was like, babe! And then I realized it wasn't you.
Oh no!
That's funny.
That's so
And
sad.
I fixed it
And
up
I was
before
sad.
you left. It was you all along. You're the
I didn't-
murderer.
And I didn't fix them because they make me happy. I'm blowing bubbles in my room. You can't stop me. Yes, it's carpet, don't worry.
Bubbles.
Blobbles.
The weather's still
Remember that?
terrible here.
Remember that little greenish orange tube that I just pulled out?
Yeah,
Phrasing?
thin air. Thin air is a very good word choice.
I have bubbles.
Bubbles. What about bubbles?
Bubbles.
Boobies.
He had some
I caught one.
blowing.
You just casually blow bubbles in your room?
I am right now. I
Period.
do what I
For
want.
now.
And I like what I do.
You like blowing bubbles?
You like blowing bubbles, don't you?
Plot twist, Frosty is bubbles.
No!
I'm
No!
kidding.
Yo.
Right stream!
We're on stream!
So?
Yeah, you're right. I do.
For a second, I was like, "Wait a minute! It's already public knowledge." But I was like, "Wait a
That's
second."
not the issue. The
I got
issue
scared
is
for a
Horny
second.
bad. Horny bad.
Never.
H1 Main is wild and not here. You're H1
I
Main.
gave one of the bubbles like top spin, so it just started flying up into the air and hit the ceiling.
Oh, not the nut.
That was cool. Huh?
Kyle, was that you? Kyle.
Kyle could
Kyle?
would never.
Amateurs. Hold on.
Don't admit to crimes.
No.
Ah!
I broke it.
I hated that. Good for you. Oh!
Alright, I'm gonna grab a drink, Bear Bear.
Period.
Am I here?
Oh.
Did you hear shit? Ahaha, ahaha,
Who did
ahaha.
it? Kyle.
Always Kyle. I thought for the end part of that, since
think-
everyone's just like lightly glossing
think
over
you-
Victor, I could take the restroom break before the end. Ooh, there's gonna be some more for y'all soon. About
Oh?
B. For
Oh?
B lore.
Huh?
We love
Yeah,
B
man.
lore.
Soon,
What?
soon.
And it was another day of saving the bees.
I love bees.
What? That felt so random, but it works for me, I guess. I guess we're saving the bees.
I need to sneeze.
Do it. No balls.
I'm trying.
Try harder.
Push.
How's Gigabytes today?
Push.
Not the push. But how's
Push
Gigabytes?
me, and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
The song feels like a fever dream sometimes.
Really
You're a fever dream.
Aw,
I needed something to quell my ADHD while I was playing 40K the other day. So I looked up basically the most debaucherized, slutty musical playlist I could possibly find, and found
Not
some shit. I found an electro swing version of Barbie Girl. I found that song you were just singing.
No.
A lot of cupcake stuff.
Sounds about
That's
right.
fair.
like a lot of it.
Makes sense.
Wow. And other things I'm not allowed to say on stream.
Explain?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
You
It
should.
could help with
My ears will never
character
recover.
lore for someone.
No.
What?
Maybe later.
Hey, yo!
Considering the fact that I was listening to it in public was
Oh,
You don't have your earbuds in?
I did, but when my buddies looked at me and I just went, and they all asked questions, I had to give answers. Let's put it that way.
Sounds like a you issue.
It was a mistake I made.
Yep. Yeah. The sisters sound very fun to play. That is a lot of money.
Oh, well, would you look at that? A tropical storm getting stuck in the Gulf of Mexico.
I don't want to be in the Gulf of Mexico, right in
No.
Splat Center.
No, you don't.
Yep.
For the reason I just
Drowning.
described.
Drowning.
Drowning bad for health.
But I'm
As a medical
swimming.
professional, I cannot recommend drowning.
But as a bad bitch, what if I live?
So
I'm a
as
bad
not
bitch. You can't
medical
kill me.
Professional. I don't think drowning brings good for your health.
That's fair. Maybe I don't drown, but I'll still go anyways. Just don't
Hi.
drown.
Welcome
Hello.
back.
Who is drowning?
We
There
are
is
discussing
Frosty,
a tropical
apparently.
storm. There's a tropical storm getting stuck in the Gulf of Mexico, and I know how those go. I will not be driving for the next week.
Oh. Damn. Should have stayed a
I
bit
said to
longer.
Frosty, as a medical professional, I cannot recommend drowning. No. That's just my opinion, though.
It's okay.
Dumb opinion.
Google
Just
says-
kidding.
I'm over here like, it's fine. Google says don't listen to your medical professionals.
So my Spotify was still playing, and it was playing Corpse over this, and it kind of was working. It took me a second to
talking about
realize. I got a snack. and some
Period.
ice.
Is it Kyle?
I
Oh.
wish.
Damn.
Oh,
I feel
Delivery
that.
costs were too high.
I miss my boyfriend.
Shipping is wild.
I just realized I'm the only one in this freaking party who's single.
Still issue.
Not for
Probably.
long. Grab you.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Hey, yo! Hey, to the motherfucking yo!
It's fine. We'll just find old Vana NPC to love.
We'll make you one.
Period.
We'll make you a
If it's not
boyfriend.
a bear, I don't want it.
I know.
No, I
If
That is
build
such a
it.
mood.
That's fucked.
That is such a mood. Okay, I've read Frankenstein. Owls knows necromancy. Obviously, we got this. It'll be just fine. It's okay. We only get shown for doing Build-A-Bitch. That's why it's Build-A-Bear.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take me to Build-A-Bear. We walked past it at the mall.
And you
We
didn't
walked
build a
upon
bear?
it.
Shop.
This is why I'm glad we have a Build-A-Bear where I work.
He didn't. We walked past.
Going to build a bear on a date
I
was
did-
like
I did
one of
that.
the best things I've done in my adult life.
That's what I'm saying. I
Don't
did that
wanna
as we
do
walked past.
it.
I turned to Frosty and I went,
Money
and we
and
just.
energy.
I had
They're not
money.
as they're
It's
not
the
as
way I'm
expensive
feeling
as you
more and more
think.
lonely as this
Surprisingly,
conversation continues.
if you do the Build-A-Bear brand ones, they sometimes have deals. I got a 2 for $30 on a date once. It was great.
Oh, that's hit. That's amazing.
But they
It's
have
like a yellow
other
bear
stuff.
and a pink kitty, and
You
it was very
fumbled the
cute.
bag, baby. You fumbled.
I will fumble you into the pool.
It's something for the list for next time.
Yep. Finds job in Georgia. Finds apartment in Georgia. Finds boyfriend in Georgia. Hey, look, there's my boyfriend. Oh, well, there's my life in Georgia.
I will say, I'm pretty sure you have more human rights where you live right now, but
True.
Yeah.
Georgia's not the worst.
But Georgia
Our
has nice
government
weather
is,
and boyfriend.
Okay, well, okay, so how do I put this? Our government's really dumb, but in the it doesn't do much that is dumb kind of way. You know what I'm saying? We do have a lot of conservatives down here, though, because it's the South.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Don't apologize. You're doing awesome.
I'm trying. People are traveling today and logistics. Blah 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 blah. Okay.
Tell them to travel quieter.
I know. Alright. All right. So we pick back up
Ooh.
with your characters currently seated, tucked away from the main thoroughfare. Tumblestrum has walked into the crowd beyond, seemingly to go set herself up. She did.
I'm screaming, I'm sorry.
To go set herself up at the big top to wait for you folks to approach her to let her know that you guys are basically ready to exit the carnival and move on. So, what would your group like to do next?
Okay, things we haven't done yet. Carousel,
Hall-
Lost Property, Gondola Swan, Silver Song Lake, Hall of Illusions, Pixie Kingdom, Bubble Pop Teapot.
I think the lost property is just where you go to get lost and found. But if we want to go there, we can. I'm kind of
Okay.
intrigued by the Silver Song Lake and the Bubble Pop Teapot.
I'm personally one to recommend the Gondola Swans. Very
Why don't we head to
relaxing.
the lake then?
Period.
Perfect.
The lake.
That's where the one lady lives.
The one lady. The lady of the lake.
At the very
That one
beginning.
lady?
She was the one on like a giant fish bowl or whatever.
Oh, right.
Oh,
She
the
was
siren.
like, yeah,
Yes.
she was like the opening act for the thingy, I think.
Yes. And she was like
Forgot
in the
what her name
tank.
was.
I
Yeah.
don't think I had it. Maybe I did. Oh, right. Your party makes their way through the carnival. Still very much a bustling. You folks have not done anything to lower the mood. If anything, you've sustained it. / maybe even pushed it to its limits with that lovely custard eating contest. Bringing you
Gonna
folks.
break the meter.
We are coming up on. Do you want to do the Silver Song Lake or Gondola Swans? There's 2 different locations.
Oh.
Maybe start with the swans since they're to the right, closer to where we were.
All right.
Perfect.
Because I feel like there's something cool at the lake too. So
Yeah.
Totally. All right. So as your group walks up, you see. Oh, come on. Get bigger for me, please. Thank you. You see, yeah, I know. You see enormous swans that glide through the water here, pulling ornate wooden gondolas draped in flowers. The swans disappear into banks of silver mist as they wind their way down the river. A jetty extends ahead at the end of which a waiting swan preens its feathers. You do see a little sign that says the ride costs 1 ticket punch and the ride is 1 hour long.
oh,
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
so if we do that, would that put us into hour 7?
It would, yeah.
Ooh. Do we commit for the bit? Question mark.
I don't think I want to do it for the vine.
Or do we just want to
Because
go to the
we
lake
won't go
and
do the
see what the
silver
vibes
song.
are?
I'll let Joel decide.
I think we should go look at the lake then.
Yeah, you can
Because the
totally.
gondola ride sounds cute, but the lake sounds more big, pizzazz.
Do we think this? Do we have any idea of whether this would be worth an hour's time, or if it's just like to kill time?
Are we allowed to know? That's the question.
That is the question. Because Hilder and Zelina work at the carnival, I would say you guys know that they're each of the swans are intelligent creatures and they love to ask questions. They are very inquisitive creatures themselves. As far as the actual benefits of the ride, like, it's a fucking cool swan who loves a good conversation, but other than that, yeah, probably there's not much there. Up to
I
you.
mean, by the looks of it, it looks like the ride goes around the entire carnival.
Mm-hmm. Which is why it
It
takes
makes
an
more
hour long.
sense with an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no chance of us getting off early, huh?
You could do any, like, I mean, it's
I
really.
just want to get soggy.
I think our time is limited. I don't know if you want to commit to an entire hour-long ride. If you do, it'd be okay, but it probably means we won't get to do one of the other things. You guys are the guests. I'll let you decide.
While I do enjoy swans, I do think our time would be better suited somewhere else.
Okay.
Would you like to go check out
Yes.
the actual lake before we leave this area then, at least?
I could get
Yeah,
behind
let's
that.
do the lake.
All right,
Okay.
we'll move over to the lake, I think.
Alrighty.
Silver Song Lake.
Boop. Here we go. All
We'll come
right.
back one day.
As your group kind of like skirtles to the left a little bit. Yes, I just made up that word, skirtles. You see a mist
Skirtle.
gathers around the bank of a shimmering lake. Near its center, a mermaid lounges in a giant bowl, singing a glorious, haunting song that captivates spectators on the lake shore. In response, the lake water coalesces into magical sculptures that whirl around her as she performs. There is no cost to visit the lake and behold the star attraction of her name is Palasha.
That's what it was.
Zelina and Halder, you would know that Palasha specifically has the ability to control water. And she is very good friends with all of the lovely little sea creatures that are in said water, and she uses them for her show. You would also know that Palasha is, because you would know the carnival tea, I think, in this respect. She's very much in love with a witchlight hand known as Candlefoot. Let me see if I have... So here is what
Why does that sound familiar?
Palasha looks
My
like.
man
Candle.
Candlefoot.
Imagine he just walks on fire, but only on the candles.
And then this is what Candlefoot looks like.
Oh, Palash is so pretty.
Isn't she?
Ah,
He's kind of cute.
cute.
Is he a fairy or is he just wearing the wings?
I believe he's a fairy. He is
Cute.
he's a mime specifically, and
Oh.
Zelina and Halder, you guys would know that he is a ticket puncher at the Hall of Illusions, and he does everything he can to avoid actually entering into the hall. So he very much just is strictly on the outside. And
Oh no, it's broken for the day.
he is actually
Is he
monochromatic.
in love with her? Oh, is he in love with her too, or is this a one-sided thing
It's a
from
one-
our understanding of the tea?
It's a one-sided thing. She's in love with him.
Oh,
He's not in love with her.
Uh,
She
Oh,
and
how
you
sad.
guys. Ooh, here's some extra tea. You both witnessed a very public marriage proposal that went awry about a week ago, and she has yet to face him. But she's very much.
she proposed to him, and he said no.
Yep.
Screaming.
Yep.
She's absolutely
my
gorgeous. How
God.
dare.
He's too pretty for her anyway, or she's too pretty for him.
Ah,
He looks like a twink anyway, so.
But
So
yeah,
there's no
Probably too
cost,
big
but
for
does she
him.
accept tips?
she does. There's probably like a little like hat, or like I would say more of a box, like a little treasure chest at the
where's your
edge of the lake.
Venmo at?
And she does seem to be kind of taking a little break as she's wrapping up for, or winding up for her next set. If you guys want to take a seat, find a nice little spot next to the lake to listen to her next set.
Yeah. let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see. So you guys are sitting there for about 5 or so minutes, and she kind of swirls around in her little tube, or her little bowl, if you will, to try and get like everybody's attention. As like the equivalent of like the lights flickering in a theater. And as she swirls, you start to see the lake in front of you swirl as a swarm of quippers, which quippers are like these cute little fish, I believe. Let's see if I have a good picture of this for D&D. I think it's a D&D. Yeah, they basically, they're like a flounder is what they look like. And
They have teeth, though.
they do have teeth, but they are all smiling. So it's like a swarm of smiling quippers, and very much like the fish in Finding Nemo, where they all kind of like as a school of fish make like different shapes and symbols and all that kind of
Oh my god.
Emotion.
Yep, they make like stars and circles and
Oh,
like just
God.
like it's all very magical. And into this couple minutes of this like this first song, you guys start to hear what sounds like heckling. At first you hear like one kind of off to the left center stage or left part of your group, and then all of a sudden maybe to the right behind you, and then a third one happens, and she
Wait.
falters like mid song, and after the third one she actually ends up like leaping out of her bowl and darts down, heading down river, just completely embarrassed.
Oh,
Etika immediately turns around to just death glare whoever's heckling.
Everybody go ahead and make me a perception check.
Fucking rude. You're
Show me
vibing.
the wait. Show
so
me-
bad at perception every
Show me
time.
Perception, where's it at?
Well, you got the best one so far. 16. Okay.
Psych! Just kidding.
Wait, let me mind. Wait, if I can remember how to do it.
The word perception under skills.
Having a skill issue. Forgot my thing is failing at loading, so I used my phone.
Let's see. Worst case, with your permission, I can also click the button from your character
There we
sheet.
go. I think I did.
You got
You got
it.
it?
Wow.
Okay.
And I got the worst
Aw.
one. Yay!
Hey.
I don't know what happened, but something happened.
All right, Vaughn.
Yeah.
What's interesting, and I can kind of slow down time here for a second. Oh crap! I clicked off of it. There it is. Okay. Between the second and third heckler, as you guys are kind of like looking around, like who has the audacity? You catch the. Did you witness the cloaked figure from the dragonfly before?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, I think only me and Halder did.
I think you're right. Okay.
And
And Victor, you said?
yeah,
Okay. So this is new to Vaughn. So looking around, you see this like very short, and when I say short, I mean probably Zelina short, honestly, like surprisingly. Short person.
surprising.
Like you're kind of looking around, and then you catch just off the corner of your eye this short person who thinks no one is watching all of a sudden seems to disguise themselves, and you see peeking out of like the hood that they're wearing is some sort of like the tip of some sort of beak, and what you catch is them transforming into a dwarf in a very like low and like rough tumbly voice, just like going like just freaking heckling Palasha. And it's at this point Palasha has like stopped singing, and there's like a hush among the crowd. And I'll pause here just to give a moment for your characters to react in any way you want.
You know exactly what I'm gonna do. So Vaughn is
Yeah.
going to follow this person and like start walking towards them, but he's also going to do message, pointing at him to point out like the rest of the group, like we need to follow this guy. And he does message and says, "Stop right there." And he's just kind of walking over kind of quickly, like trying to hunt this guy down.
Do you
Okay.
mind if I start like right next to you, follow you?
Go for it.
I don't think Zelina would follow. I think Zelina would be more worried about Palasha because she didn't notice, right?
Correct.
She
Yeah.
didn't notice the person transforming. Okay.
Correct.
I think she's gonna let them do their thing, but she's gonna go up in front of the crowd.
Okay.
and say, "What is this bad behavior? You can't let these people spoil the show for us. We've got to bring her back. Come, maybe if we cheer for her, maybe she'll come back." And I'll like try to start a chant of Palasha in the crowd
Oh, I love that. I
to
love
try
that.
and like call her back and show her she
Performance
has the
check.
support.
I love that a lot. Okay.
Because I feel like if they successfully run her off, it's gonna lower the mood of the carnival, and I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Oh, true.
Okay. So
Persuasion check question mark?
I will leave it. So like how you want to do this, Selena. Like you've gotten the crowd's attention. I would say if you want to do a persuasion or performance, or if there's another skill that you want to try and persuade me that you would want to use. Palasha is currently out of the bowl and like in the water, like tears streaming down her face, and she's like actively swimming. She's not like out of sight. So how would you like to set that up?
Performance.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, I think performance for sure would be her best
Okay.
option.
Does anyone want to help Zelina in this role?
I would love to.
I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration.
I also have I have my inspiration from the DM that I could use.
Oh.
This is one of those
If I need
situations
to.
it can stack. So I will say
Okay.
what's great about inspiration or how it usually reacts is like I'm not going to tell you whether you succeed or lose or like you don't make the roll. You have to make the decision for yourself, and then I'll let you know if you roll. So like that's kind of like you roll
Yeah.
and I just kind of patiently wait for you to roll it rather than telling you.
Okay, well let's roll the performance and see what additional I need. But
Sure.
yeah.
I'm going to wait.
see.
I'm going to wait on that.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 19, but I feel like this would be the best time to use my inspiration probably.
Okay.
Just to be safe.
Want to just load it?
What is that, a D4, D6?
D6.
I thought it was a D6, yeah. So I will not be using Bardic Inspiration on this.
Okay, so 22.
21, 22, maths.
That's great because your DC was 20. So good job.
Oh,
Palasha, Palasha, Palasha.
So yeah, how do you is that the chant that you go? You're like, come on everybody, let's see if like cheering her name will work.
Yes.
All right. And it seems that maybe there is a wizard or two in the actual audience that they're able to kind of prestidigitate voices as they kind of keep on, and like they're very sad to see her go. And there's a little bit of an echo effect that's happening in this little area, and Palasha turns and it's kind of like an Uno reverse on a siren, hearing her name, and she comes swimming back and she looks towards you with those big siren eyes, and she just nods at you and jumps up into the bowl, lands. She wipes her tears away in the water, which kind of looks a little silly. She takes a moment to compose herself, and you can hear in your mind's eye, Azlina, "Thank you. I needed that today."
Oh.
And
I think Selena would also take one of her silver pieces and toss it into the tip jar and just like blow her a little kiss.
Oh.
Because she knows Palasha's had a bad week.
oh,
Okay.
so bad,
Yeah, oh my gosh.
so bad. And
I'm so glad we came to the league.
she turns back dramatically to everyone, and she starts to just sing her heart out. So much so that even some of the woodland creatures behind her, not just like aquatic creatures, start to come out. You see like deer and some rabbits and some birds all of a sudden feeling the inspiration of the area and of this song that honestly was of an unrequited love. It was kind of a Rapunzel-esque song, where Rapunzel turned away her suitor, and one day she was able to escape from the tower and come down and go on her own adventure and grasp her own destiny, not being controlled by her wicked stepmother, and went out and found her own true love and took destiny by the hand. And switching stories, going back to this hooded figure, we have Vaughn being helped by Etika, I believe, as you're like, hey, we need to track this person down. And did you whisper when you used your message, did you do it at that person or did you do it at Etika? Sorry, just to clarify.
At the person.
Okay.
At the person. He just said, stop right there. In the most demanding tone he could.
Ooh. You see this person turn back towards you, and in your same exact voice and tone, you hear, stop right there. And then the person winks and tries and darts away.
A Kenku.
I am going to use minor illusion to create like the image of like a brick wall behind them, or like not behind, but like in front of them, where they're like running towards.
Ooh, okay. What is your DC? Your magic DC?
Oh god. What number are we looking at?
It should be on your spell page in the middle where it says what your modifier is. There should be like the word DC.
I think it's a 13.
Cool. All right, give me a second.
You're talking about the spell save DC?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 13.
Okay, and for an illusion check, I think that's intelligence. So.
Yes.
Okay. This creature turns very dramatically, starts trying to rush away, scuttle away, and all of a sudden this brick wall just shows up right in front of it and stops enough to just kind of angrily stare at it, and then its own illusion seems to stop as it just kind of just looks at this wall, looks back towards you, and sidesteps the wall, and then tries to continue walking. But at that point, you guys are caught up with, and this person turns around, illusion dropped. You guys see before you a small crow-like person.
Not the Kenku.
Yep. Let's see if that works. There we go.
He's got wings! I'm screaming. He's so cute.
Everybody's got
she?
wings. And you just hear, stop! Looking back at you in your voice.
Ooh, how do I want to proceed?
Grab her.
Well, fine. Vaughn reaches out and just like grabs this Kenku.
Okay, let's go ahead and do a, you know what? First ever roll for initiative.
Ooh, how do I do this?
Just to see who goes first. So on your character sheet, there is initiative on the left side, I believe. Perfect, thank you. Let's see.
Oh my god, I'm blind.
Actually, I wanted to go last.
We're just gonna go do that.
Blind, what am I looking for?
Initiative.
Initiative.
In the middle.
Initiative.
Top middle.
Top, middle, top. Oh god. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay, period.
That's not bad. Yeah. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do this.
Roll for initiative. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
This should actually. Let me. There we go. Nope, that didn't work. That's not what I wanted. Get out of here.
Get out of here, crow.
Is it this one?
Oh, motherfuckers.
Bitch.
You know what? I'm just gonna use Halder for this. Sorry, Halder. Because the token wasn't dropping. Oh, hello.
You're welcome.
Initiative. You wanted to send the result of this roll to the tournament. No, I don't want to send it to the turn tracker. Fine, I'll put it up. That's the measurement. Nope, that's dice. Turn tracker. Oh my god, it's been a hot minute.
So does our like two initiatives combine? Is that how that works?
No.
No? Okay.
It's individual.
Gotcha.
You're each your own person in the fight.
sometimes, I don't know if Shaney does this, but enemies will have their own turns, like groups of enemies.
Yes. For the sake of turn order, if we're having a group of enemy rather than like 15 of them having their own initiative, the entire enemy will have that. So I'm just gonna at turn.
Horde fights.
Yep. All right, and then Etika.
Man, I didn't go into this today thinking we were gonna get in a fight.
Well, this is not like
Fight
you're
that
fighting. It's more like I just want to see who acts first. So
That's fair.
all right. So Vaughn, this actually works out perfectly where you're going for a grapple check. So what that's gonna be. Sorry about that. Somebody just scared me in my stream. Okay. How dare.
Oh. Rude.
So that is going to be an athletics check.
Okay.
And then as the person who is testing that, I get to do either acrobatics or athletics. I'm going to choose. What are you good at?
Oh,
Acrobatics.
that was so close to a nat 20.
20.
I'm so sad.
Got robbed.
A 15.
I was so robbed.
So, Kettlestream is able to basically dodge your grapple, probably just like ducking, honestly. That is your action. Do you have any bonus actions that you want to use?
Hang on, I'm reading something real quick.
All good.
I forget what I can do as a bonus action. Hang on. What are you?
At level 1, you guys don't have many. There are spells that are bonus actions that usually say if they're a bonus action. Otherwise, other characters or classes that might have bonus actions are like fighters, etc. But really, spellcasters, their bonus actions are in their spells. So you might not have any.
Gotcha. Yeah, the only things I can do is an extra or a bonus action is like the Eerie token, maybe? Hang on.
Oh.
I forget. Oh. But I have as part of a Hexblood, I can make an Eerie token, but I forget if it has to be like a regular. Oh, it is. As a bonus action, you can harmlessly remove a lock of your hair, one of your nails, or one of your teeth, and then this token is imbued with magic until I finish a long rest. But I don't know if that'll really do much good in this case.
What does the token do?
If I give this token to say, in this case, Etika, I can see what is around them, but I enter a trance as part of my action. And I can also send messages to that person telepathically.
Got it.
But I don't think that I can really. I don't think that would be.
I'm a middle-aged man. I need you to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
that's my thing, though. I don't have a lot of like attacking spells.
That is fine. All right.
So I don't think I really have anything I can do here. Nothing that's like a bonus action. So yeah, I think I'm kind of stuck.
Cool. If you want to move anywhere, I'm just gonna show you what you can do. So you can move basically any square around him. But if you were to move,
does that include diagonally?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you were to move one space out, so there's like a square between you, that would incur an attack of opportunity from the Kenku. So if you're trying to like,
gotcha.
For example, position yourself so you might be in a position of advantage with Etika coming up from behind, you could potentially move here.
Okay.
So Etika could come up here.
Let me kind of sandwich him.
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
Do you do flanking, Jenny?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of walking through things because this is like kind of our first time looking at a map.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I am gonna do what you said and kind of flank behind him.
Okay.
Or like go to like the opposite side of him.
Okay. And just to kind of set the stage, like I'll say like the party is off over here-esque. Actually, sorry, let's do this over here. As the Kenku is trying to exit the other way. All right. What can I do as Kenku? Ooh. Okay. You guys watch as the wings behind Kettlestream seem to kind of flap, but then you realize that it's just the Kenku kind of flapping her arms within her cloak as this massive magical cloud seems to kind of seep out from under her. And let's see, everyone within 10 feet. So it's really just you, Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Yeah. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm going to ask a real quick question, just so I know.
Yep.
When my spells say casting time, that's just like when I can use it.
Yes. So
then I'm very sad because I do have a bonus action that would have helped. But anyway, what am I doing again? Sorry.
You were doing a Constitution saving throw, so that should be to the left of your initiative, but to the right of your attributes. In a box.
Oh no!
Okay, so Etika, you watch as Vaughn kind of like sidesteps, then immediate face plants in the ground as you fall asleep instantly, going unconscious for a minute. And with you unconscious, the the Kenku easily steps over your body. 10, 15, 20, 30. And just tries to basically like dash through the crowds to just like run away. And that brings us
my gosh.
to Etika. But you are essentially asleep and unconscious magically.
Rude. Oh, what is that?
I'm measuring. Okay.
God.
What are we deeming as escape? Can because I want to run after her, but I don't know if I want to help Vaughn.
I would say he's like 10 feet away from being able to kind of like disappear into the crowds, so like off the board.
Okay. At first, Etika's a little worried, because Vaughn did in fact eat shit. But as soon as Etika runs up, it kind of just makes sure Vaughn's is relatively okay. He'll turn back to the Kenku and just say, "I've had enough of these games. Through the voice of my lady, I command you to kneel."
Are you casting command?
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Do some saving throw. Okay, wisdom.
Each square is 5 feet, right?
Oh, sorry, hold on. Saving throws. I meant to do this one. So a 10. So that's a fail.
Oh no.
NPCs naturally have the advantage roll on it, so I always default to left. So you see as this person is actively trying to skitter away, they seem to freeze. So you know in just their body language, and also you know from their casting your spell that it's taking hold. So next, when its turn comes up next, it will have to turn around and kneel.
I'll start looking to help Vaughn, but that's all for this turn, I believe.
Okay.
I don't think I have any bonus
All right.
actions other than Healing Word, but he's full health, so.
Okay. Let's see. For the sake of the other party members, it's at this point that the chanting is kind of taking place. So while your command is very loud, it gets drowned out from the chanting. And Palasha at this point is just like turning around and looking all happy towards Zelina as she starts like heading back towards the bowl. Vaughn, you are unconscious, so essentially if Vaughn snores, Vaughn is snoring right now. When it is the Kenku's turn, it freezes turns around and takes a knee, and that effectively ends the spell. So you have a turn, because it did your command. And sorry, drops whatever it's holding, and then ends its turn, and just freezes. And we're back to your turn.
I will help Vaughn.
Okay.
I will wake up Vaughn.
You can, let me double check this spell real quick. Okay, so you basically use your action to like shake Vaughn awake. Vaughn, you kind of like come out of it groggily, and you feel like you just are basically waking up in your REM cycle from like a deep sleep. And when you open your eyes, you see Etika staring down from above.
The Bond kind of like cocks his head to the side. 5 more minutes.
I'll shake you a little bit harder and then drop you and start running towards the Kenku. Well, more brisk walking at this point.
Okay.
I have 30 feet of movement.
Wonderful.
Yoink.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'll go here, actually.
Okay. All right, Vaughn, your turn.
So am I like awake at this point, or
You are.
am I still kind of like groggy?
Nope. You are awake, and you are effectively what's called prone, which means you're just on your back. So when you get up from a prone position, it takes half of your speed away to get up.
Okay.
So if you have 30 foot of speed, you would have 15.
Okay.
And then you can still
And I
move,
can
and you still have your
move.
action. Yeah.
Okay, so I can still move and get my action. So what I think I will do is obviously get up, but I'm also going to move just a little bit closer, not too close. I think it's 5, 10, 15, okay. And I am going to cast a Hex on this Kenku.
Okay. I don't have a save for Hex, do I?
Um,
I feel like it's Hunter's Mark, but... Hex. You place a curse on a creature, spell ends, da-da-da. Nope. Okay, so it is concentration, and I don't save. Yeah, it's like Hunter's Mark. Okay, makes sense.
It's a better Hunter's Mark that also does disadvantage on abilities.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, on one specific ability.
if you guys can see, I put little symbols on your tokens. It helps me track what status your character has. So anytime there's a clock on there, that is a sign to you that you have a concentration spell.
okay.
And then I'm going to... We're going to do an angry skull for Hex. All right. Cool. You cast your Hex. What does your Hex look like? What is it? Like, is it like
Ooh.
a physical
Okay.
like, cloud? Yeah. Describe that to me.
It's gonna be... Ooh, okay. I'm thinking Scarlet Witch type, so I'm thinking he gets up, and he does like, he closes his eyes for a second, and then he opens them, and his eyes are like glowing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he does like this weird motion with his fingers, and this like red kind of like kind of wispy mystic like smoke kind of envelops this Kenku's head and like covers his eyes a little bit with like a red kind of like fog over them as it like kind of sinks into his head.
Ooh, okay. And there's like this little bit of like a red cloud crown kind of around the Kenku.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. That brings us to Kenku one more time. Let's see what other spells you got. Honestly, Kettlestream really does not want to be caught, so while Kettlestream like takes out like a very vicious looking dagger because it's tiny and tiny things can be very vicious. I am gonna cast for my second time today, what's called Twilight Sweep, and that is that gas that kind of comes out again. So I need you both to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Shit, changelings aren't immune to sleep, huh?
Okay.
Well, I think 1 second. 1 quick second.
Ooh, can I still give him Bardic Inspiration?
No, it's not your. Well, I will say yes. Well, no, sorry. Bardic Inspiration is a bonus action, and you use your bonus action to cast
During the action.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
During the
Okay.
action. Yep.
Darn.
But nice try.
And they changed how changelings works. I don't know if I get Fey presence or Fey ancestry. Anyway, I do not. Never mind. Hiya.
Hiya.
Which it's Constitution, right?
Yes, Constitution.
Oh.
Okay, and you both
Well,
just fall asleep.
Oh no, not again.
And your hex is lost since it's a concentration spell and you're going unconscious. And for the sake of time, the Kenku is able to disappear in the cloud. And anyone watching, it just looked like this cloud appeared. And when it dissipated, both of you were unconscious and the Kenku is gone.
No.
And
The chanting continues. The woodland creatures come out, and both of you eventually wake up a minute later, very groggy to the sounds of the siren singing once more, but you gain consciousness.
and it will kind of like look left and right, and then remember that they were chasing a heckler. Just kind of like darts up, looks around, realizes she's gone. Just starts to slowly stand up and probably fails a few times.
The bond just stays on the ground and he goes, I hate it when they do that. Making absolutely no sense because he's still kind of groggily asleep.
Realize she had 2 of those, huh?
Two, huh?
My head hurts.
The bond just kind of like shakes himself and stands up, makes his way back to his feet. We should get back to our friends.
Well, and Erica will kind of look at the crowd. At the very least, no harm was really done. In the long run, anyway.
I got my beauty rest, so I think we're fine.
How long are we out? What do you mean beauty rest?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, genius. Get with the program.
Yep.
And he just kind of starts walking away, flipping his hair behind him as he does so.
Erica will shapeshift into Vaughn and start walking beside him.
Vaughn notices this and just kind of rolls his eyes.
I want to do the, like, most drag queen strut as we're walking up.
God. Cover girl. Put your
Exactly,
in
yeah.
your walk. Head to toe.
Just for
Let your whole body talk.
just for shits and giggles, give me a performance check on that Dragon Queen one.
You got it.
Oh my god. Damn.
Alright.
So he looks like awkward.
You roll your ankle as if you broke a heel as you're strutting over, and it's right when the song ends and it flourishes and you knock into I'll say you knock into Victor, just kind of playfully, but also you kind of lost your balance there as your party reconvenes.
I'm going to keep the form on as Victor, as Vaughn. Wait, how tall are you, Vaughn?
6 feet.
Oh, okay, never mind, we're good. So I look pretty much exactly like you. Because I can only change my height so much.
All right. Over the next 10 or so minutes, you guys kind of sit and there's a bunch of fireflies that come out, and they also seem to give you kind of like a drone performance where they all seem to be very much aligned, kind of mimicking the fish in the water, and it is all very glorious and all so many different colors, all the kaleidoscopes. And Palasha is able to finish her set, and with all of your help, the mood of the carnival maintains at its highest most point.
Sick.
Sick.
That was worth it.
So worth it.
So worth it.
So wait, so is the
No.
show
No.
over then?
Yes, the show is over.
Okay. I want to ask where they went. What happened? Where did you go?
There was this heckler, the one that chased this lady off, this absolutely amazing lady, because I can't remember her name, Palasha. God.
Yeah. What did they look like? Why
They
did you
were a
think you needed to follow
freaking
them?
bird.
I'm really trying to get you to say that she was wearing the fucking robe.
Oh,
I'll
it was a
transform to look
freaking
like.
bird, but it was wearing a robe.
I can't get that small, but I'll transform to look like her as best I can.
And you see,
And then Vaughn just kind of does this like ta-da, kind of like hand motions towards
I see
Etika.
it. Ta-da. Powder, didn't we see someone else in a similar getup earlier at the dragonfly ride?
Stand by. I'm not sure if I can change clothes. I cannot change my
Oh.
clothes.
I mean, you can still look like the bird.
Yeah.
Oh well, she wouldn't make that connection. The only connection there
Oh, yeah,
is
would
that
be
they're
the
both
robe.
like sneaking around in dark robes, like very standing out in a bright carnival. That would be what she made a connection of. She'd be like, "Oh, okay. I don't know any birds, unless
you
you count the
confirm-
Beastmaster, but he's not that. He's not the Kinku."
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to hear her voice either. Being a Kenku and all.
Well,
Interesting.
regardless,
Everything
regardless,
she
this
said was
this
basically mimicking Vaughn.
yeah, it was so
Oh.
rude.
Do you think that it's possible she did not? That's how she communicates? I've never met this kind of bird person.
Absolutely not.
That is how
because
a lot of
I
Kenkus communicates, as far as I know.
I literally chased it down. It transformed into a dwarf before I did so.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
It
all that
meant
matters is
so much
that we made Palasha feel better. While you guys dealt with the foe, I suppose. Although, you let them get away?
Yes, we let her get away.
Vaughn does like this. Vaughn does this like
Mm.
embarrassed, like shaking, like scratching the back of his head motion, like
She
No,
let
I
her
did
go
not-
and
Yeah.
slept.
No, I don't mean like let him get away. I just mean like she got away. Like
She got
you
away,
did not.
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have to be vigilant because I feel it would be really bad if we let things like that affect the mood of the carnival. We're doing so well, I don't want to give it up.
If I'm being honest, it sounds like this bird bitch. Sorry, I'm gonna not swear. This bird lady, is trying to do exactly that.
Well, let's bring down the mood of the car.
Wait.
What reason?
I just remembered something. There was another time that something weird happened with one of the shows. The dragonfly ride. Remember when that one dragonfly flew off? And we were like, oh, that's so weird. They're so well trained. Why did that one freak out? Right when
Oh
that
my
happened,
gosh.
me and Halder saw a person like hiding back there in these black robes. Do you
That's
think there's some
exactly
kind
what
of
she was
conspiracy?
wearing.
Oh, there must be some kind of conspiracy. Somebody's trying to ruin the carnival. There we go. We connected it.
There we go.
We got there. Because that just dawned on me that somebody messed with the dragonfly ride, somebody messed with the lake. Like that. Yeah, okay. But you're going to have to keep a close eye out for people sneaking around. I'm glad that bard ended up being a good person to talk to. I was worried that they had to do with the dragonfly incident, but now I'm connecting some dots here.
Shaney, I have a question for you.
What's up?
If you will allow me, am I able to cast Unseen Servant and have it act like a spy, just kind of following us and like keeping an eye out in the area?
Yeah, I mean it's a utility spell. You can always like that kind of stuff you
Yeah.
can cast. You're just using one of your spell slots, that's all.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and just kind of like summon this like thing to kind of keep an eye on things. You know, and he turns and looks at oh my god, why am I drawing such a blank tonight? Madame Zelina. And he goes, I don't think it'll be a super big problem, but we do have an extra set of eyes looking out and keeping an eye on things.
Good. Good.
Clever.
If we
He
go
kinda
on this
grins.
adventure and tonight is my last night in the carnival for a while, I don't want to leave it in a sad state.
Oh, absolutely.
This place has been my home for nearly 3 years now, so I am very partial to it. I like the carnival to be happy and bright. And honestly, I've never really been like a participant like this. Like, I feel very included. It's kind of nice.
For your reference on Unseen Servant, it has to stay within 60 feet of you or else the spell ends. It is not a concentration spell, so that's great. Will last for 1 hour.
Yep.
And it can only do simple things like a servant can. So you can mentally speak with it. It can move up to 15 feet at a time in a turn. So what would your mental command be for right now for the servant?
I'm gonna say, I can't say like lurk in the shadows and keep an eye out because that would be two different ones. Can I just say, so since I know it mentally, like since we are connected mentally, can I like imagine the appearance of the Kenku and like tell it to keep an eye out for it?
Yeah. Yep.
Period. We're gonna do that.
You can do like watch and alert me, basically. It's a pretty simple.
I am still in the shape of the Kenku.
Okay.
I almost said her name.
Oh, there you
Even
go.
better.
Her name.
Indication
Almost
right
did
there.
funny DM moment. Anyway.
Nope, you're good.
Do you think Palasha would talk to us, or is she like resting between shows?
She is currently talking to some of the fish and taking a break, but she is across the water. If you would want to go and talk to her, you might have to swim across the lake. Or try and call her over. It's up to you.
Okay, so guys, we can do that, or we can go down to the Hall of Illusions. It's up to y'all. I don't know if there's any value in talking to her, although I think she'd be happy with that we turned her show around and helped her.
I'm honestly okay with either.
Oh, Frosty. Al,
I am okay.
thoughts?
I am also okay with either. Are the rest of us here?
Yeah. I'm okay with either.
Oh god.
Do you
was
guys
leaning
think
a
it would be
little
worth
more
it to go
towards-
talk to her on the off chance she gives us some kind of boon for helping her? Or do you think we should just move on so we can do more stuff before the time runs out?
We are on our
Oh.
last.
There's no guarantee
I
she'll do
do-
anything for us. It might just be a
Right.
nice conversation.
Right. I do like the idea of the fact that like her being a siren, she's probably all up in the gossip about like the carnival. But for the sake of
Yeah, we
time,
could ask
I
her.
really don't think that we would get much from her aside from that.
Okay, in that case, I think Zelina would suggest that we go down to the Hall of Illusions, and on the way, she would tell them the tea about Palasha and insert name here. Hang on. Candlefoot. I think she would like give them the down low, and that's like the next logical place while we're talking about it to walk to.
Okay.
Sure.
That sounds good. As your group makes their way past the big top, you definitely do see
Tumblefoot,
Tumblestrum.
Mushroom.
Tumblestrum.
That.
Tumblestrum.
Oh my god, Tumblestrum. Yes, Eliwick.
I'm so
His
bad at it.
name.
I'm so sorry.
Eliwick Tumblestrum. She kind of like nods and clocks your group once more as you guys make your way towards the Hall of Illusions. And I think this is a good natural point to end today's session, just because I think it's getting late for
Been
folks.
a long one.
Yeah, it's a longer one. Does that sound okay?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
We got a lot
You
of
guys.
plot done. And we're moving towards the end of the Witchlight Carnival. I'm gonna go ahead and put us in the 7th hour, as you guys would be getting there once you reach the Hall of Illusion.
Hello.
So that being said,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and move into Stars and Wishes.
Honestly, I absolutely loved Zelina stepping in and trying to help Palasha. That was so cute.
That was.
Amazing.
It's her quirk. She can't allow any creature to suffer. She gotta do something to help.
I love it. It was so cute.
I was like, how dare they just start talking and being rude in the back.
Fucking rude.
That was
So
my quirk,
rude.
too. That was my quirk.
Fucking
You don't want to see them, just go somewhere else.
I am quick to anger when a rule is broken.
Ah. I
is
think
that
my star
necessarily a
was
rule?
definitely the funny what's it
Fake
called?
rules, my friend.
The balloon animals. I thought
Oh
that
my
was
God,
so
yes.
cute.
Sick.
And I loved
I
hearing what
love
everybody
Tumblestrom.
picked as their balloon animals.
Hammer.
little things like that, like give little insights on everyone's character.
Making Tumblestrom an agent was. Was not expecting that. Oh, I like it.
You're welcome.
As for Wish, I hope we catch.
The Kenku! This fucking bitch! I'm so mad at her.
She's like, whoop, sleep, sleep.
Literally!
I was
Yeah.
banking. I was banking on the fact that I would make that save and it would be good, and I didn't. I did.
It had
Such a mood.
melatonin powder. Just slap
The
them
melatonin.
Just like through melatonin, yo. Just-
And
I mean,
was like, oh, bet she used it. Okay, I can run up there. Second smoke bomb. God damn it.
just a little bit of meta, but like in higher levels, it's basically impossible, and you have to be really good at timing to get any sort of sleep spells to take effect.
Yeah.
Fair.
Of course, sleep, which will always be an amazing spell.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is
You just go to sleep.
crazy.
All right. Wishes.
You good? I did mine. Hope we catch Kenku.
Yeah, I'm on board with the Kenku. I want that bitch dead. Fried chicken on my plate.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
Oh my god.
Wait, I like that character. Chill.
No! They made a
Holy
mockery
remarks.
of Vaughn.
What were you saying,
I
Kyle?
made a mockery of.
I'm just saying the kink.
That's your wish too? You want to get the
That
cat?
is the wish.
Everyone's like,
Get that.
target on the Kenku.
That was like our first major fight, and we spent like half of it asleep.
You're welcome.
I'm just
Uh,
like,
I wouldn't even
I wonder
call
if we're
that a
doing
fight.
a
We just got.
good-
We just did.
But,
we just-
okay,
we just
fine.
got
Our
fucked.
first tussle.
My
just had a
wish
nap.
is I just had a nap, yeah. My wish is that I get another chance to see Antares. I have another reason to call my blink dog.
Okay.
Because after we leave the carnival, he won't be accessible to us anymore.
Oh my god, yeah.
And Kyle hasn't had a chance to even use his witchlight hand like helper yet.
Have it.
So I
Oh,
hope we
I thought
get an
you did.
opportunity to utilize those.
It'll be
No,
interesting.
his
But yours is
who
like
was your helper again?
Isn't it like an older witch hand?
Oh.
Is yours
Maybe
the
I'm-
Beastmaster?
I want to say his is the Beastmaster.
Same.
Yeah, it's the
But I
Beastmaster,
also
yeah.
remember you talking about an alternative. I don't know.
Hey, if it works, there could be a situation in which we see Antares and the Beastmaster at the same time. Like,
I mean,
you know?
didn't we mention that the Beastmaster was a bird?
Yeah, he's a bird guy for whatever that's
So,
called. I can't remember.
The Kenku? Oh, that.
Oh no, there's
Aarakocra, yeah.
Aarakocra.
So maybe we like mistake them for each other? Question mark?
Oh, yeah.
He's much taller than the Kenku.
Is he? Damn.
Yeah,
Are usually like birds with
The
brains, right?
difference.
Oh, gotcha.
I think
Darn.
in my mind when we were writing our stories, he's like an eagle kind of guy, pretty tall but
Ooh.
older.
Gotcha. So definitely not to be mistaken with a Kenku. Got it.
No, but maybe next
Birds of a
time Halder
feather.
will think of, hey, I know a bird guy that works here. Maybe he knows about other birds. That could be cool.
Maybe he knows of the bird. Anyway.
All right.
Oh, I don't really have any wishes this session.
All good. Who do we want to gift the inspiration to? Pastel got it last time, so she won't be able to get it the next round. Who we want to pass the torch to?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know.
That
Well,
was a
I feel
very
like
team
Etika
effort.
really carried that conversation with Thimblewit. Tumblestrum.
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 we've had other agents.
Timblewits. Oh my
Timblewit.
god.
And that really pushed the plot forward, and I think that was an
Yeah.
important scene, and he handled that well.
Okay.
Truly. And with the very ominous start with Mr.
With Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
The Mr. Mrs.
That sounds lovely. All right. So, Etika, you have inspiration for next round or next session. Excuse me. The D6 you can add it to your character sheet. It will be good for just next session. All right. So, looking at calendars.
Looking at the 20th?
Or would it be the 27th? Oh, wait, no, because never mind. Yeah, you're right.
We did this a day late.
Yeah, that's right.
So that we could fit another one in the month of July. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next Saturday. Oh my God.
It feels like it's hard to hear.
I know.
It's
All right.
Saturday after.
Let's see. Thank you to those who got me your homework from last week, which are items that your character would like in the future.
It's not late if it's in by the end of class.
Mm-hmm. For this, let's see. For this next week, let's do. What is your character's? What is your favorite
Biggest
character?
fear.
No. What is your character's favorite animal growing up and why?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So just favorite animal growing up, not just like in general.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. I want to give you 2.
Interesting.
Those.
Yeah, because we don't think about our characters too often when they're younger, so we're trying to, build that
True.
lore. All right,
I
guys.
constantly think about Selena when she's younger.
Oh, fair.
Well, we didn't just give Victor a terrible backstory.
Oh.
Oh, screaming.
Well, fair enough. This is where I will bid you folks adieu. Again, as usual, don't feel like you have to leave chat just because I'm leaving, but feel free to debrief as you'd like, and I will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Have a
Thank
good
you,
night, everybody.
Shaney.
Bye.
Are we going to do
for
regular
hosting.
time? Is
Yes.
that what we decided?
Yes.
Yeah.
I blanked out. Okay, cool.
And regular time is
9:30.
9:30
Eastern.
Eastern time.
Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll put that in chat right now.
Perfect.
Cool. All right. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, folks, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Super appreciate it. Remember, be kind to yourself, drink water, and I'll see you folks next time. Good night.
barely slept in my bed the last few nights because of my teeth, and they don't hurt right now. So I'm like, maybe I
Period.
can sleep. I mean, they kind of
Hell
do,
yeah.
but like not bad.
Well, good. Sounds like you're getting some relief.
Yeah,
At
It's
least a little
annoying.
bit.
it's very
Yeah.
annoying.
I bet. But yeah, oh my god, how are we feeling about everything that happened today?
Very nice.
I love the balloon animals. They're so cute.
Snake.
It's another thing we can add to our PNGs.
I got 2 balloon animals.
It's so cute. I kind of hope we see that character again, not gonna lie.
I thought he was
going
gonna be a problem.
I didn't get to say it.
I
Same
expected
at
him to be
first.
crankier.
He's just like that uncle who just like doesn't like speaking, but like is like nice to you because he's just like, why would I be mean to you? He's just gonna be like angsty about it the entire time.
True. That's so fair.
He'll be
Oh
pissed
my
at your
gosh.
parents. They're like, what the fuck are you doing?
So we're definitely trying to win Witchlight Monarch, right?
Oh, absolutely. But I feel like we only get one though, right?
Yep. I know how it's
Right,
going.
but it's still like it's still good for the whole group if one of us wins it.
True.
We
Points
can
is the winner.
share.
Yeah.
There's 5 of
The
us.
Witch
There's
like
the
monarch
original
and their what do they call them? Like the groups that like tend to the
the
royal.
entourage.
No.
Court.
Court. Yes.
I don't know. I didn't go to prom.
I didn't either. So you're good.
That's not a prom thing. It's a royal
I mean,
thing.
it kind
It's
of
a
is.
prom thing too.
Fuck
Prom
Our
court.
king and queen prom
I
court.
know it from the prom. So.
But yeah, like we could be the Witchlight monarch and the Witchlight court.
That'd be cute.
That'd be so cute.
Also, Shaney mentioned like our group that doesn't have a name yet. I didn't even think about the fact we need a name.
Yeah,
Is it time?
In my
Wait.
head, I just keep calling us like the Misfits.
Wait. It
I
is
was
not our
calling
time.
us the Carnival Crew or like the Fair Friends.
In my notes, I literally wrote DnD Uwu. I didn't even think about giving us a name.
Halder and Zelina to each other are funnel cake friends.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Funnel cake friends +3.
And we need to name each dynamic we have in this group, right?
Oh god.
Just have to.
So we got the oh my god, why is my mind so bad tonight?
You know what I hate?
Oh no.
What?
I hate that
Men?
my whole life I'm always typecast as the mom, and I play into it so bad. I'm like, last session I was being the stage mom, like supporting everybody's performances, and this episode I was like cleaning up Victor's face and like making sure that the
You beat
fucking
me to it, I'm
siren
so
feels
mad.
supported, and just momming. I'm momming.
It's not a bad thing.
You know, it's okay.
It's
You're rocking the mom area that everyone needs.
It's just my vibe, I guess.
Maybe that should be like our internal homework, like trying to come up with a name.
Oh my gosh. I kept hearing like the face full of cream. My brain just went to like one of those cat meme. Just that cat meme where his face is just like covered with milk.
Oh my god, yes.
He just looks so tired. And I was just like, it's Victor, y'all.
It's Victor, y'all. Please.
I gotta find it. I just want to find it. Just to send it, y'all.
I'm
Milk
screaming.
drunk.
I love it. Yes. Oh my god, that's so funny.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and chat with chat and end my stream, but it was really fun.
Sames.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.
All right, chat. That's it for today. It is Sunday, so that means the stream week is over. I got day off tomorrow. Don't forget, on Tuesday we'll have our stream highlights video that comes out on YouTube at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then we'll be live again on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a little bit of a different schedule, so it'll be good for our overseas viewers. We're actually doing an afternoon stream with some DBD streamers. We're doing a little DBD collab. It will start at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. And Milk is in the group, but I don't think you know any of the other people, so it'll be really exciting to meet some new people. But I hope to see you at stream on Wednesday, and don't forget about the stream highlights on Tuesday, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out for D&D. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.